Hey now, there we go. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? This is the Tim Fletcher Show on this Monday. May the 4th be with you. Huh? May the 4th be with you. Carry on. Tim Fletcher Show, coming to you live on 103.3 FM, 1130 The Tiger in Shreveport, Bossier, T-Town, 103.3 FM, 1420 to go to lovely Lafayette, Louisiana. My name is Tim Fletcher. I'm so happy to hear a little Dirtfoot popping off over there, man. Love those boys. They are awesome. Dirtfoot. By the way, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you can call us on the Mudbugs Hockey Hotline. 318-725-5945, 318-RALLY-45. Mudbugs hockey season has ended, but another one will be here before you know it. As a matter of fact, now is the best time in the world to start planning out your hockey season for 2026-27. Get your season tickets, get your sponsorship. Get in touch with the Bugs, 318-636-7094, mudbugshockey.com. You can text us on the Live Oak Environmental text line, 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453, liveoakenv.com. The good guys, the nice guys, the guys that'll save you some cashola, give you better service. It's the Walters crew. If your dumpster doesn't have the Live Oak logo, then that, my friends, is just trash. You know what they call dumpsters that don't have a Live Oak logo? Dumpsters. LiveOakENV.com. Get in touch, 318-230-7125. The early riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World. Sports World, your local uniform pro since 1973. Sports World, where they are taking care of your incredible appetite for saving by giving you 35% off all in-stock bats and gloves. It's a sticks and bits sale for the entire month of May. Save 35% on all bats and gloves in stock at Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132, your local uniform professionals since 1973. My friends, we're on the social media because I don't know if you're aware of this. We are extremely cool and hip. You can look at the way we dress. Kids try to mimic us or make fun of us, one of the two. We're on the X at Fletcher Show, at Fletch Worldwide, at Hey Boy Rogers, and at A Hester 32. And oh, by the way, our fourth member of the family that we are so joyous to have with us, especially in days like this when ham bone is still on the shelf. So we'll have our friend from down the hall running things for us in here today, and he'll also be here this afternoon for the off-center debut of Calvin Robertson's show from 4 to 5. He's our GeekCon daddy. He's our Mardi Gras mama. Give him a follow, for Pete's sake, on X at Greg Adams. The crowd goes silent. Oh. Come on. You had me thinking, you had him thinking, you had us all thinking that you were going to be A-okay with Greg being here. But no, again, the studio audience continues to treat Greg as if he were Ryan Day walking down the streets of Ann Arbor. Mm-hmm. That wouldn't happen. My friends, we are also on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at Tim Fletcher Show. We stream the show in beautiful Technicolor sound and Panavision audio on the Tim Fletcher Show YouTube channel and the Tim Fletcher Show Facebook page. And after the show's over, we upload the show to the Podsphere each individual hour. Download it. You can download wherever you want to get your podcast from, man. It's cool. That's after the show. Right now, we get this party started with an SEC update. Brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. The SEC update is brought to you by, it's a paid advertisement for Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo would love to help you chart your path to your investment game plan. And that game plan could include retirement, wedding, children's education, rental property, whatever it is, paying off mortgages, debts. Whatever your investment game plan is, you need a plan, obviously, and you need someone who has been down that road before and has taken people to paths very similar with success. Someone who you can trust, someone you can confide in, and someone that is going to be on your side the entire time. And that's a good dude, Bo Harris. And Bo Harris Wealth Management bringing you the SEC update. In baseball yesterday, Georgia throttled Missouri 14-4 to sweep their series. What else is new? Missouri is now 4-20 in the SEC, and Georgia is starting to clear a little distance between themselves and the rest of the field, opening up a 2.5-game lead over Texas and Texas A&M. Tennessee salvaged a game at Kentucky with a 10-9 win on Sunday. The Wildcats improved to 11-13, though, with their 2 of 3 wins this weekend. Tennessee falls to 11-13. Mentioned Texas being in second place right now in the SEC. They won their series at home against 10th-ranked Mississippi State. The 4th-ranked Horns pick up an 11-6 win on Sunday. Those Texas A&M Aggies salvaged a series win, or a win in the series, with Sunday's 4-3 win over visiting 8th-ranked Auburn. The 7th-ranked Aggies get a 4-3 win, but they lose 2 of 3, so they are 15-8, same record as Texas, 2.5 games behind Georgia. Auburn crept a little closer with a 2 of 3 weekend. Mississippi State fell a little bit further back with a 1-2 weekend. Florida goes into Oklahoma and wins 2 of 3, wrapped up by the rubber game Sunday, a 13-2 win for the 25th-ranked Gators. 15th-ranked Oklahoma is now 12-12 in the league, Florida 13-11. LSU completed their first series season sweep in the SEC at Alex Box Stadium over South Carolina Sunday with a 7-0 shutout win. LSU is now 9-15, South Carolina 7-17. There are a couple of teams now kind of within range of LSU in the standings with 6 to play. And give it up for Houghton freshman Christian Turner. On Sunday, with his Arkansas Razorbacks down 4-3, bottom of the 9th inning, Christian was inserted into the game as a pinch runner in the 7th, comes up in the 9th, and is basically asked, hey, we need to move the runner over. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Fouls, lays down a sacrifice bunt attempt on the second pitch, fouls it off. Takes the next pitch to get to 1-2. Fouls off a couple more pitches. The crowd's starting to really get into it because they see this freshman who hasn't had an at-bat since April 10th in the batter's box, battling the Ole Miss closer. And then a pitch that Christian Turner will see for the rest of his life. He turns on it and proceeds to deposit it well over the wall in right center field for a walk-off 2-run home run for Christian Turner and the Arkansas Razorbacks. And it was a monumental blast. Not only was it extremely cool for Christian and his family and his high school coach, Glenn Maynor, who was up there, but, buddy, it sure helped the Hogs out there, 13-11, a game ahead of Ole Miss, thanks to the series win in the 5-4 victory on Sunday. And that, my friends, is your SEC update. It's been brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo is a really good guy, former Captain Shreve Gator, LSU Tiger, and Cincinnati Bengal legend. Bo is a certified financial planner, CFP, certified investment management analyst, CIMA. Securities are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Bo Harris Wealth Management of Conservative Financial is a separate entity from WFAFN. BoHarrisWM.com, 318-670-3101, located at 223 Fannin in downtown Shreveport. Our boy, Hambone, still on the shelf, out of the hospital, back at the Hizzy, but recuperating for a day or two before he'll be able to return to studio. And so, A, hope you feel better, Raj, if you're up and listening. And B, studio audience, he's going to be here today and tomorrow, bright and early, going to be here late in the afternoon. He's making sure that all things are clicking and working in perfect motion here on 1130 The Tiger. We love him to death. He's a good dude, and I know you'll give him a warm welcome again when we reintroduce him now as in-studio producer. You know him, you love him, at Greg Adams. Holy moly. And on top of that, Chica walking by the studio earlier says, "Good morning, Rogers." They don't even look in here, do they, Greg? No one cares. How are you on this lovely May the 4th? That's a Star Wars reference, Greg. May the 4th. Oh, you got it. May the 4th be with you. Have you ever heard that?
First time I ever heard that. That's really clever. Did you come up with that on the way in?
You know, I thought I did, but I don't want to take credit because I have a feeling I may have heard it or read it somewhere this morning or something like that.
Yeah, just one of those.
Just in case, yeah. But I'm probably going to make it very popular by saying it on the show today.
Yep. I bet by the end of the day, the fact that you just said it,
yes,
so many other people will be saying it because they heard it here first.
And we said it between the 6, 7 o'clock hour as well, Greg. So you know how we got the 6, 7 thing going.
You started that. And then we can get out ahead of it. And tomorrow being the 5th, I know Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday, and people are excited about that. But they really should be aware that it is Revenge of the 5th. So May the 4th is followed by Revenge of the 5th. Just in case you were wondering.
And this is why we love Greg Adams. Did you have a good weekend, sir?
Is that it? that's what it is.
That's it.
The random Star Wars
The random
jokes.
Star Wars joke.
Okay.
Good weekend? Sports-wise?
Sports-wise, yeah. Pistons getting it done. I wish I could have watched the Tigers game last night because it was a great game. Mm-hmm. Baseball hates their fans.
Where was it last night? On Peacock?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was on Peacock Plus.
Oh.
So it's not just on regular Peacock. So I guess there's 4 layers of Peacock now. Because I have it comes with my cable subscription.
Right.
So I have a login for Peacock.
Okay.
But it only gets me certain things. And then there's a Peacock Plus and a Peacock Premium. So with Peacock Plus, apparently I could watch the Tigers game. Because if I went to NBC Local, it was a basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
No other up and down, unless it was one of those things where up and down the channel guide, they forgot to update it, and maybe it was on another channel.
I thought it was on Peacock Plus only, though, I think.
That might be it, and that just, signifies that baseball, once again, hates
and the
their
NBC
fans.
Sports Network, which I don't even know what that is.
I must not have it. I've got 35 sports channels.
You know what I've seen on some of the regional broadcasts? I've seen NBCSN, and I think it's the regional branches of NBC affiliates who buy the rights for baseball. And so I bet in the Detroit and Arlington, Dallas.
Well, hey, we're blacked out.
We're blacked out here, so we're screwed.
So we should be in the Texas, Arlington. Right. If you're blacked out on that market, you should be able to watch it. I could have just pulled up MLB Network and watched it like I normally do, but I'm blacked out, so I couldn't watch it there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I was blacked out for a whole different reason.
Hey,
hey now. Look out. Woo! You used about, 12 pitchers last night to subdue the Rangers?
I don't know. I wasn't able to watch it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 7-1 win. You know, that McGonigal kid seemed like he might be onto something.
He's all right.
Your boy Torkelson hit a 2-run homer last night. Veerling had 2 runs knocked in. McGonigal had 2 separate RBI singles.
I appreciate the fact that Torkelson just had to be threatened with demotion.
Right.
And all of a sudden he's like, oh, yeah, I can hit home runs, by the way.
Right.
I don't know if you guys want that, but I'll try it.
If you had asked me nicely, I might have done this earlier.
4 in 4 games, then he's still on a tear. So, that's cool, but, you could have done that to start the season, too.
Correct. I wonder, is that the same theory being used by Alec Boehm over in Philadelphia? Because didn't they give him a giant contract last year?
I don't think they gave him a giant.
One of those young guy contracts.
I don't think he's that young anymore, is he?
Let's see. What did he?
If only there was a source for this type of information.
Is there an internet source? Oh, no, I guess it's just a 1-year, $10 million deal. Okay, I thought he had one of those 8-year, $115 million deals from 2 years ago, but he does not. So, yeah, but the Tigers won.
Yeah, and he's 29 now.
Baum is 29?
Yeah, he'll turn 30 this season.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's I mean, honestly, with like the 2-year prime, he's past his prime.
Yeah, he is. Had a friend of mine who was at Fenway yesterday. Bucket list item. Got to see a good one. Astros win 3-1. Cam Smith knocking in a pair of runs there in the top of the ninth to give the Astros a win. So there you go. There's our baseball talk. We'll also be visiting with a couple of coaches today for our River Cities 4 Springtime Coaches Conversations. Tim Whitman and the North Desoto Lady Griffins earned their 4th state championship in the last 5 years. On Sunday, we'll visit with him here in just a wee bit, and we'll also talk to Tiffany Frazier-Wood, who led Calvary to their 6th straight state championship with a win yesterday behind again, an incredible performance by Kinsey Anderson. And Tiffany, by the way, that's 400 career wins, so pretty stinking cool. That's going to be at about 8:05. Of course, we will talk baseball. We've got more NBA. We've got some great hockey action, more NFL stuff to get after. And, of course, college baseball and whatever else pops up. For instance, I'm so glad I found this old T-shirt, Greg, because it's got a pocket. You know, back in the day, this is what T-shirts were. Little pocket in the front, the big logo in the back. Okay. Why did we switch from that?
Because I would never wear that.
Why? What?
Why? I can't say never.
You would never wear a T-shirt like this.
I can't say never, but it wouldn't be first option.
What is wrong with a little pocket with a logo? You get an extra logo or information that you're trying to sell on the front, and you had a big logo on the back.
I just couldn't imagine trying to have somebody like see my logo on my nipple. Like, please look at this. Look at this.
It was the 80s, so
yeah. I mean
the wilder time.
It was a different time.
Yeah,
different time.
I love it. You know, and I was so excited. I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to bring this back. And much like the May the 4th phrase that I coined earlier today, and you came over the top with a Revenge of the 5th. Revenge of the 5th, which is, that's easily a B+ to my A+ idea.
I think that is going to overtake Cinco de Mayo.
And then apparently that's something that we can also start using, Cinco de Mayo. Is that a phrase we can coin here?
I think that one's already taken.
So we got all that cooking, you know. So a lot of fun stuff. And Hester's going to be here today, Greg. How cool is that?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We really do start doubting at about 7:12 is when how many 18-wheelers are tipped over today in front of him on his trek here?
Hey, I-20, I-220, the over-under is 2.5 every morning.
And I did a little traveling this weekend, went to Arkansas and back, and I did discover that since the last time I was on the interstate for a little bit of a travel, people are now deciding to drive 90. It is easily, people are just like 70, 75.
The great thing about around here is when it rains, we got all these cool swimming pools that the community has that are on the freeway. They're like right there.
Yes.
So these people continue to do 90.
Yes, they do.
And there's a new fashion trend with tires. Apparently, tread is outdated.
Oh.
So they like to have them completely smooth.
It's F1. I think it's F1.
Just smooth tires, doing 90 with mud puddles in the roadway.
That sounds fun.
That's Shreveport driving in a nutshell.
So, we've talked about old T-shirts and potholes and driving. If you don't think this is an old man radio show, then I don't know what you signed up for. It's 6:20. The early riser portion brought to you by Sports World. They are rocking in May with big savings on sticks and mitts. Sticks and mitts. Got to get me some sticks and mitts. The ripping and the tearing. If your glove is ripped to shreds, buddy, you need a new one. And what better month than this month? 35% off in-stock bats and gloves at Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Mama's Day's coming up here in a couple of Sundays, right, Greg? You've got to take care of, your boys are taking care of your mama, your wife there, right? Or do you have to kind of give them
No, they have no clue. There's the youngest is about to turn 18.
They're all still idiots.
They're not. I did spend way too much money getting that locked up this weekend, though. So
okay.
I'm taken care of.
And that is not this.
It's this Sunday.
It is this Sunday.
The 10th.
Yeesh.
Yep, that's the problem.
I almost said something horribly inappropriate right there. Bailey's Jewelers is a great place for you to go for your Mother's Day shopping. Mother's Day is apparently this coming Sunday. Holy cow. Right there on East Texas in front of Pierre Bossier Mall. Bailey's Jewelers. Gary Bailey, Paul Little taking care of business. We'll be back right after this. Every morning, the early riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World. These guys are there morning, noon, and night, really, for everybody since 1973. Whenever you've had an athletic gear need, you've always been able to count on Sports World. Every single time. Helmets, cleats, starters blocks, javelins, you name the sport, they've been able to come through for you, and they continue to do so. Locally owned and operated Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
When you text the old Tim Fletcher Show, buddy, you're using the Live Oak Waste text line. Roy Walters' crew is ready to make sure you don't ever have to worry again about your trash. Whether it's at a business, a restaurant, retail center, apartment complex, you shouldn't worry about your trash. Leave that to Live Oak, man. 230-7125, liveoak-environmental.com, liveoak-environmental.com. 230-7125. Don't worry about your trash. Leave that to Live Oak.
In studio with Daniel Lynch, our 1130 The Tiger lawn and fence industry ace. Daniel, I hear you've got a new and improved way of installing fences.
Yeah, so we have this new system called, it's the driven system. So we're driving posts into the ground a minimum of 4 feet. There's not a lot of equipment in the backyard, no concrete in the ground. And these fences are rated for 120 mile an hour winds on privacy fences. The new fence we're installing now on the wooden side is a King Plus fence. And so those fences are rated, they're 6-foot privacy fences rated for 120 miles an hour, and there's no concrete. Posts are driven into the ground.
And why is this such a game changer?
It really speeds up the process. Take, for example, yesterday, I was over at a house. We tore the fence down about 290 feet and actually put the fence back up before 3 o'clock. The lady was able to come home and let her dogs out that day.
Learn more about this industry ace at Lynch's Lawn and Fence LLC.com.
Don't get caught with your fence down. You call, we come. God bless the USA.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Good morning, everybody, and May the 4th be with you. It's 6:23 on this lovely day, and it is going to be a spectacular day weather-wise. Holy moly. For those that are, the temperatures heat up, and, buddy, you want to get out there and throw the ball around with your kiddos. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want Hester yelling at me again. You want to throw the ball around with little Sally, little Johnny, but your glove's all busted up, strings hanging off of it, the webbing is gone, there's no padding in it. Well, you're in luck as well. There's nothing wrong with you as an adult, sir or madam, in getting yourself a new glove since you're so much into the baseball and softball spirit now. Stop by Sports World. They've got them for everybody. 35% off in-stock gloves and bats throughout the entire month of May. Wowzer. Hey, another thing that we want to touch on today is how about our boy Paul Cush coming through with his long shot bet of Golden Tempo to win. And I tell you what, I got a few texts over the weekend there, Greg, that, hey, tell Cush thanks. Hey, thanks.
A little bit later, when we got some more time, I would like to go into the horse betting world, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, love to do that. Because it is a weird one. But, yeah, I was in Arkansas watching it with my family, my brother, sister-in-law, and dad, or everyone's horse racing fans. And so we all had our bets, and I took up Cush on his advice, and I did a little wager across the board on Golden Temple. I also put Golden Temple in my exacta, and I had his horses, and I know that he said that Renegade, the one horse he wasn't a big fan of just because it's so hard to come out of that slot. And then it was just hitting me that he said that he's a great horse and he has the number one jockey in the world on it. Renegade won the Arkansas Derby. I'm getting a little, earful from my brother and sister-in-law about Arkansas Derby, how great Renegade was there. I'm like, I think I'll put Renegade in there in the old exacta as well. So they did all right. Hit the exacta and had Renegade as well as, and had Golden Tempo across the board. My dad had $10 across the board on Renegade. No. Yeah. It was on Renegade. And so he did good. So we're like, all right, it was a fun time. So way to go, Cush. I did. I had like 4 or 5 different people text me. Say, tell Cush, thanks so much for Golden Tempo. He'll be back in a couple of weeks to talk Preakness, so we'll let you know. But, yes, a fun Kentucky Derby. And apparently, Greg, one of the most watched Kentucky Derbies in a while, and it's like 18 million people. And in addition to one of the more watched Kentucky Derbies, it was also, if I remember reading it right, I think it had more viewers than like some of the NBA Finals games, some of the World Series games. That kind of surprised you that horse racing?
What are we counting now? What are we counting? We counting
I'm
like
looking it up.
we're just randomly counting like, horses that watch it. We're counting like all the flies that are in a bar that watch.
Not counting the horses that are watching in the stalls, sir. I don't even think they even know how to turn on the TV. I know I had. Oh yeah, here we are. NBC Sports delivered the most watched Kentucky Derby on record, averaging 19.6 million viewers on NBC and Peacock, plus Peacock Plus, Peacock Premium, Premium Plus, Plus, Plus. An historic run for the Roses. It was higher rated than basically every sporting event beside the NFL and college football title games for this past year. How you like them apples?
No. No.
The sport of kings is back.
That's a lie.
Whoa.
They're making it up as they go.
What?
Nobody's going to be able to prove them right. That's the best kind of lie, where it's got just like a little bit of the truth, just enough of the truth, but no way that you can actually prove that it's not right. What are you going to do? Open up your Nielsen account and pull the numbers yourself?
Well, yes, I will.
Okay. But no, that's illogical. That doesn't even make any sense. Like everyone who has a Peacock account must have watched it. They just counted them all. Like inactive Peacock accounts on TVs, they're just like they're watching the Kentucky Derby right now.
Wow. I did not.
It just doesn't make sense.
I did not.
Like, just really think about it in like context. Like, what are we talking about here? There's a Vanderbilt
outside of the college football playoff championship game and the Super Bowl.
Okay,
you know what it said?
I don't know. Maybe on NBC, and NBC only carried Notre Dame this year. Okay, maybe that makes sense. But there's going to be like a Vanderbilt Dartmouth game in week 2 or week 0.
We will look it up. Whether was it? I said 19.4 million viewers. Where does that rank in sports viewership for 2026? We'll. I tell you what we're going to do, Greg. We'll kind of do some detective work. Pull a little Columbo with the one more thing and go around like the back door and look up our own stuff, because the person who tweeted that probably wasn't thinking that we would have the wherewithal to say, hey, what are the most viewed sporting events this year?
Or it's one of those ESPN breaking news accounts that tweeted it out because it looks like they got the ESPN logo, but there's like one letter off in the name. ESRN.
Or just pluralize everything. Coming up in just a wee bit, we're going to visit with Tim Whitman, North Desoto softball coach. But before we do that, how about a little LSU update? Coming at you courtesy of Xmark Strength Equipment, xmarkfitness.com, the letter X, M-A-R-K, fitness.com. Stop by their store, 7144 West Park Road, over here in the 71129 neck of the woods. They open their doors here in just about an hour and a half. They're there Monday through Friday, 8 to 3. You can go in there and kick the plates, check out their equipment, and take a look at what you need and be, amazed at the size and enormity of everything they have, which I was. And then just the fact that, I can grab that and put it in the truck and go. So I could be in and out of here in 20 minutes. Holy moly. Yeah, sign me up. Xmark Fitness bringing you this LSU update. How about those Tigers? Since the youth movement has been installed by Jay Johnson, LSU has looked like a pretty competent baseball team. Granted, they were taking on one of the cellar dwellers in the SEC this weekend, but a series sweep is a series sweep. It is the first one of the season for LSU, capped off by a 7-0 win on Sunday. How about Zach Cowan yesterday? 6 innings to start the series finale. After LSU only needed 4 pitchers to go through Saturday's doubleheader. So the pitching staff really got it done. And for Cowan, that was the second start in a couple of days, in 6 days to be honest. He allowed just 2 hits, didn't give up a run. Threw a season-high 82 pitches after tossing 73 on Tuesday. As Jay Johnson said afterward, he should hands down be the SEC Pitcher of the Week. I've talked about him for 2 years, how important he is to our program and to me, and that was awesome. Super proud of him. Pitching staff all weekend was great, and no outing was better than that one today. Jay also said it's great to sweep a series. Taking a look at the names that aren't on the roster, this is a pretty good accomplishment for this group. So, why not, right? You know, you let a team that's got some talent get hot when they've had no confidence and no good fortune, have had injury battles all season long. But next thing you know, they get a little confidence, especially at this time of year. Could be very interesting. The final midweek game of the season is Tuesday night against Tulane. We should have that game, I believe, here on 11:30 The Tiger, 6:30 start. A monumental closeout to the regular season, though. Georgia on the road this weekend, and then Florida in Alex Box Stadium. Georgia on the road, ranked 5th in the land, and then Florida ranked 25th, and that's before they swept took 2 of 3 against Oklahoma this weekend. So probably a top 5 team on the road and a top 20 team at home. Plenty of time for LSU to continue to stack up some impressive wins, and who knows, buddy? Let's see, 4 in a row, 5 in a row to beat Tulane. An 11-game winning streak that would include a sweep of Georgia on the road and Florida. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be hard to ignore. That's your LSU update. It's brought to you by Xmark Strength Equipment, xmarkfitness.com. You'll find them on the web, like we said, at the letter X, markfitness.com. You'll find them physically at 7144 West Park Road, right over yonder. Save about 25% over the internet prices that you see that are already really low at Xmark Fitness, but you can pick them up here locally and save money because they don't have to ship it, although they will ship nationwide. When we come back here on the Early Riser portion of our show, brought to you by Sports World, we'll be visiting with North Desoto softball coach and state champion once again, Tim Whitman, right here on 11:30 The Tiger, right after these commercial messages. Every morning, the Early Riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World. These guys are there morning, noon, and night, really, for everybody since 1973. Whenever you've had an athletic gear need, you've always been able to count on Sports World. Every single time. Helmets, cleats, starters blocks, javelins, you name the sport, they've been able to come through for you, and they continue to do so. Locally owned and operated, Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. River Cities Floors brings you our springtime coaches conversations. River Cities Floors, located at 3910 Shed Road. You name the floor style, you name the floor type. If you can walk on it, roll around on it, or your pets can run all over it, they've got it for you at River Cities Floors. They've been handling people's flooring and carpeting needs for over 20 years. Kevin Bryan and company are ready to help you out as well. River Cities Floors bringing you our springtime coaches conversations. Are you familiar with Sports Cards of Louisiana, Shreveport Bossier's premier sports card and TCG store? That's right. Buy, sell, trade sports cards, Magic, and Pokemon. They're a Topps Direct MVP account, Topps Buyback Redemption Program, Play Pokemon store. They're a Fanatics Collect Direct Submission Shop, Games, Workshops, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Paints and Supply, Magic the Gathering Friday every single week. They have Commander Night plus Pokemon Play on Sundays at Sports Cards of Louisiana, 3000 North Market Street, Suite 178. The owners of Bobby O. Green Plumbing, Justin Green and Michael Green, in studio with us. I don't know anything. I'm from Arkansas. So, Michael, what's the biggest plumbing problem that you guys seem to face on a regular basis out here?
Probably just drain cleaning services. So, if you live in Broadmoor, you know that there's roots all the time that are in there, and we can not only unstop it, we can give you long-term solutions by offering video camera inspections and give you a lifetime of service and dependability.
Green with an E, plumbing.com.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, everybody. Tim Fletcher Show. Rogers Hampton on the men. We got Greg Adams in his stead. It's the Early Riser portion of our show, brought to you by Sports World, where they have in-stock baseball and softball gloves and bats, 35% off for the entire month of May. That's at Sports World, 8809 Joella. It's a great deal. Save some bucks. They have base hits baked into the barrels there, man. Good stuff. Joining us now on the Mudbugs Hockey Hotline, as part of our River City Springtime Floors Coaches Conversations. How about, again, your state championship winning coach of the North DeSoto Lady Griffins? It's Tim Whitman. Good morning, Tim, and congratulations yet again to you and your girls.
Morning, Fred. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Well, man, let's talk about this thing. How it was not a walk in the park. There was never a dull moment. You had, again, your fab freshman, and Macy Cameron dealing in the circle. What was that like for you, though, watching this thing go on and it be such a nail-biter, a 1-0 win for you against Bruley, but it was never, ever easy, was it?
No, it was not easy. We did not expect it to go down like that, and we talked about the fact that we probably needed to score 4 or 5 runs. You know, at least this kid that we faced had not given up a run all playoffs, you know, so she had been really, really good all 4 games, and so we felt like we had to figure out a way to score 3 or 4 runs against her. And we had a good plan. We swung the bats well. We had some balls hit hard at people, had people on base, and just couldn't get the hit at the right time. Hitting to a double play with bases loaded. I mean, just little things like that. It kept us from really putting them on the board. And it turned out we didn't need them. Macy threw it really well. Defensively, we made some great plays behind her. She struck out only 7, probably her smallest strikeout total of the year. But defensively, we made the plays behind her and got out of some innings when she had to. She threw a no-hitter. She walked 4, hit 1, so she had 5 people on base. So it wasn't just easy street, but she made some pitches when she had to and got out of it.
When you have a situation like this, and we've had Macy, she's been our Morris Intuit injury lawyers athlete of the week already. She probably could have won it 2 or 3 more times based on the way she played this year. When you have a kid pitching the way that she did, but it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't a clean no-hitter. There were still some problems. What was it about her makeup that just allowed you to continue to think, well, she's going to be able to batten this down? Because there had to be at least 1 or 2 innings where she had more than 1 base runner, I would have assumed.
Yeah, they had second and third with 2 outs one time, had first and second one time. There was some times, but, in the first inning, when we saw her in the first inning, faced the first 3 batters, and they got a good lineup. Their leadoff kid is really tough out, really fast, and when she struck out the first 3 in the first inning, sort of gave us a little bit of a preview of, hey, I think we can get to their hitters. They're not going to be able to just be on her, and if she throws it well, she threw it a lot better yesterday than she did Saturday. Saturday she struggled a little bit with control. And made some pitches when he had to, but struggled with control. And that's normal, man. She's a freshman. She's throwing in that big stage for the first time, getting some of that out of her. But we thought after the first inning that we had a chance to at least control their lineup.
And obviously, she also came through in the at the plate for you, knocking in the game's only run with an RBI double in the first inning. At some point, people, when she gets to college, she's going to make a choice of, you got to be a pitcher or a hitter for the most part. Which area do you think she's got going better for her right now? Is it better in the circle for her? Is that her future, you think?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, there may be some teams that offer her a chance to hit, as she feels out and gets control of her body more. But her future is definitely on the mound. When you're almost 6 foot tall, and probably will be 6 foot tall before she graduates, and got the leverage she has, pitching is the name of the game, and that will be her ticket to the next level for sure.
Tim, you talked about this a few times, and I know Roy Lang was down there covering it for the Advocate. Really did a nice job with a couple of articles this morning on both Calvary and North DeSoto. We've talked about it before, though, that this was not really – it's always expected at North DeSoto, but it would have been a little bit more of a surprise to be where you are because of just the fact that you only had 1 senior coming back that was a starter in Carson Curtis, and you had so many question marks with freshmen and sophomores. So of the state titles, once again, 4 and 5 years, and now this is your 11th overall, counting Pineville and Ouachita. Where do you kind of rank this as far as the improbability from where you started to where you finished?
They're all special. This one is definitely a special one. I think the work we put in, I told the coaches before we started that last game, no matter what the outcome of that game was, I felt like they did the best job of coaching that they've done since we've been here, from the standpoint of just every day, even during this game. You know, we're still coaching and getting these kids better and trying to improve and keep them together and help them through some of their things that they're still learning how to do. They're still developing. They're still puppies, even though we grew up a lot this weekend. But this is satisfying, and probably looking back, it'll be one of those we say, you know, this is one of those. But they're all special in a way, just because it's not really about us. These kids, you know, only get a certain opportunity to do this, and man, just to see the joy on their face when we finish and we win one of these, and see their happiness and their sort of reward for all the work they put in. Because man alive, we ask a lot of them, and they come through and they win one. It's happy, and it's a special time right now for them, and I'm sort of just relaxed and tired now, you know, even though we'll look back at it, you know, and enjoy it. It's just, you know, it's special for every one of them because it's special for those kids at that moment.
Tim, you also are only losing one of your senior starters. You've got a couple seniors on the squad there, but one starter in Carson Curtis. Again, Roy had a nice article about just what kind of an athlete this kiddo is. She's going to be one of the at Navarro Cheer, which, of course, if you're a Netflix fan, or I'm sure there are a lot of cheer moms and dads out there that are completely aware of Navarro Cheer. And so she's that good of an athlete. What did she mean to this team this year, and what do you think this kid's got in her future?
Man, the sky's the limit for Carson. She will do whatever she decides she wants to do because her focus and determination is one that I've rarely ever seen in a player or a kid. And she fought some battles this year too with just leading this bunch of young ones. You know, she got frustrated as anybody sometimes, you know, with them, but she led them in their way. She led them by example. She led them with her words sometimes, and it was good to see that she came through. She struggled in the semifinal game, and she wanted an iPad. She said, "Coach, give me an iPad. I want to see the game from yesterday. I want to just look up, you know, whatever." And she had 2 hits in the final, scored the run in the first inning, and had some other ones that she hit hard right at people. And you know, it's just testament to how focused and how, you know, determined she is to do something. So she'll be successful in whatever she does. I have no doubt about that.
Tim, as far as what you got coming back, I mean, the expectations are certainly going to be there, and I assume that's something you welcome, though, with these kids that have been through this now. For these freshmen for the first time ever, and for your sophomores, that's back-to-back times.
We're at North Desoto High School, so the expectations are always the same. Now, it is tough. People do not understand. We won a lot, and so everybody thinks it's easy. This is tough. This is difficult, and you don't understand that till you lose one. But it's very difficult. Division next year, got some teams coming in, Startington High School, who won the Division III state championship with a freshman pitcher. They're moving in our division. Some good teams. The dynamics of your team, they have to come back with a hunger and work, and we'll press on them this week about how they've got to, if they want to do this again, they have to understand what it took and get back after it. But, hey, you know, that's what we're here for. That's why everybody is at North Desoto High School, and that's why the community is who they are. We expect to be there and fighting, and that's what we're going to work for, and hopefully give us an opportunity to get back there.
Tim Whitman, head coach of the North Desoto Lady Griffin softball squad, get a 1-0 win over Bruley yesterday. Macy Cameron, a freshman with a no-hitter in the state championship game, and the freshman also knocked in the only run, and the only run was scored by the only senior starter on the squad. It couldn't be pretty much scripted any much better than that, Tim. Happy for you, buddy. Happy for everyone down there in Stonewall, and congratulations to all the kids. That's just an amazing memory they'll have with them forever and ever, man. Good stuff.
Appreciate you, Fletcher, and thanks for all the support this year, man, and all the talks.
Oh, same here. We enjoyed it. Tim Whitman, head coach of the
Thank
North
you,
DeSoto's Lady Griffins. That's 11 state championships for him. Now that's 8 for the program and 4 in the last 5 years. I don't have a clue in the world how that feels. Y'all got to a pretty decent run in the playoffs in football one time, didn't you, Greg? Like in your sophomore year, junior year, something?
No, it was senior year. Great, like ranked in the state, like all this big hoopla, highly attended games, and then we drew our conference mate, the team that runs everything, basically like the North Desoto of West Coast Michigan football.
Yeah.
And this is how good they were. We returned the opening kickoff in the playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
So playoffs, returned the opening kickoff. That 6-0 lead was the first time all season they had been behind.
Ooh.
And they proceeded to beat us 69-6.
Ah.
Yeah, so there you go.
So not quite 4
Not
titles in 5 years.
Anywhere
Okay.
near something like that.
I would love to have had a high school career where I was bored with state championships. Yeah. Like, oh, geez, another ring? What else? Yeah, give it to somebody else. That would be fantastic. Good grief. That's pretty cool. Congratulations again to everybody at North Desoto. And like Tim said, it ain't easy. There's a reason why. Sure, talent. You get a kid that's almost 6 foot throwing the ball like Macy Cameron does. That helps, But you got to work. She's got to work. You can't just go out there and do it. Just hope that it happens. Fun stuff, man. Love to see kids be successful. 6:47 the time. The early riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World. 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Your local uniform pros since 1973. And, Greg, you could take that as in maybe Jack's a poet. He's good at prose, But that's not the prose we're looking at? No. I'm thinking with the Odyssey coming out that maybe Jack's breaking out his book of poetry he might have had back in his high school days. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just stick with telling you that they got 35% off all bats and gloves in stock. Bats and gloves, sticks and mitts. Got to get me some sticks and mitts. 35% off for the entire month of May. At Sports World, 8809 Joella, just off 3132. Greg, you know what else I had over the weekend? I had someone direct message me, a friend on Facebook who is a relative who's the aunt of some friends of mine. And so she said, hey, I have been listening to you and to Jacob for years, and y'all keep talking about GBT. Do they still sponsor the show? I said, yes, ma'am, they do. She goes, okay, I am so tired of not getting good customer service. I am going over on Tuesday and switching over to GBT. I said, well, that's awesome. You will not have that problem ever again. And that really happened. And so whether it's one person at a time or through our radio messaging, buddy, I'm here for it. If you're looking for a bank to treat you right, maybe your bank does, and that's awesome. But if they're not, you've got options. And GBT is a wonderful option, in my opinion. They're really, really nice. They've been able to do anything and everything I've ever needed, including some pretty complex stuff. When you do this kind of stupid thing that I've decided to embark upon for a career, oh my God, I just said it out loud. I'm so hosed. I'm going to be working until I'm 90, Greg. Whew. Thank goodness for GBT, or it could be a whole lot worse, I'll tell you that much. GBT, the great banking team, 3400 Line Avenue, just south of Byrd High School, Mansfield Road, Williamson Way in East Texas, next to the Bellagio. GBT, the great banking team. I actually did look up last night, Greg, what my Social Security would. I'm going to be working until I'm 90.
Look where I am.
And the good news is, Greg, we've chosen a career that is chock full of millionaire performers.
Just a ton of opportunity for upward growth.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Gonna have to go apply at J.P. Morgan.
Hey now. You're dominant. Or if you don't mind it, 6:49 the time. And we'll be back right after these. GBT is the great banking team. 3400 Line Avenue, Mansfield Road, Williamson Way in East Texas, next to the Bellagio. Ain't no bots at GBT, folks. Real live human beings answering the phones in the teller window. And when you go into the bank, real humans. GBT, the great banking team.
It's time for madness. The 42nd annual SWEPCO Mudbug Madness Festival Memorial Day weekend at Shreveport Festival Plaza. 3 days, 2 stages, over 30 bands. Country recording artists like Stoney LaRue and Casey Donahue. Zydeco sensations Dwayne Doopsy and Terrence Simeon. Free admission until 5 on Friday with military ID. 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Presented by Live Casino and Hotel and powered by SWEPCO. Visit mudbugmadness.com for details.
How much do I love my Silverado LTZ 1500 Texas Edition? Well, almost too much to squeeze inside just 30 seconds. Could it be because of the wireless device charging. That's absolutely a big deal because my iPhone is kind of busted up where the charger goes, so I just stick it where the wireless device charger goes, and boom, my phone gets charged so quickly. There's so many cool things. Even the little things make it great. Silverado from Chevyland. Together, let's drive.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
AccuTemp 861-2255. We talk about being comfortable in your own home. Dude, winter rolls into spring, into summer, into fall. 4 seasons, we know there's hot and cold in Louisiana. AccuTemp keeps you hot when it's cold, cold when it's hot.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's 6:52 on this May the 4th be with you. Yeah, we're trying out a new phrase today. Trying out a new phrase today. And I'm already hearing that I've seen some stuff on social media, Greg, that people are already using it. Yeah. How cool is that? And we were right here at the base level of that. Pretty cool. What's that, sir? So dumb. Yes, it is, sir. It is very dumb. Greg Adams here. Roger still on the mend from his trip to the hospital. He's doing better, though. Getting some rest. I think there's part of it where Roger sometimes just gets sick of what Greg just heard. You know, there's a reason why Hester used to get here at about 6:50, and then it was 7 and 7:10, and he'd be here until 9:05 or 9:10. Now it's 7:30 to about 8:50. So Greg will find out that, and also I guess you could say being 0 for 2 in the marriage department, you're probably getting ready to find out why there are so many people who can only take there should be like USRDA amounts for how much you should take of this. But the good news is, Greg, we got 4 hours to use at our discretion. And then today at 4 p.m., we got a brand new show. You're going to be a part of this, Greg. Are you aware of that?
Vaguely. Like maybe 1 or 2 conversations.
Yeah, that's enough. Off Center with Colvin Robertson. This afternoon, making its debut from 4 till 5, talking sports memorabilia, cards, all kind of things, and also a little dabble in sports as well. Colvin, of course, who runs the Shreveport card shows that have become extremely big around here, is all in. And if you think, I've got a lot of cards, when I heard how many cards he had, I was like, holy moly. That's a few. He's a big Yankees guy, too, a Yankees collector, as well as interesting artifacts and tidbits. So it's a fun little premise and a fun medium to get into because the hobby, as Greg knows and I know both very well, it is flourishing as far as the prices. You know, what you can get for a card, but also, unfortunately, what you have to pay for a card and for a box. So that's the other aspect of it. Because it's got a lot more people involved in the hobby, and some of those folks have a whole lot of money.
I was actually, so I do comic books too, and I was thinking about as listening to somebody talking about the values and how the depreciation in like investment assets, like Wall Street type 401k, Roth IRA, those type of investments, versus what is happening in the sports card and comic book and trading card game world. If you would have taken all of your money 5 years ago and put it all into collectibles instead of into the stock market, it's like a 200% higher increase in collectibles than it is on Wall Street.
Oh,
unless I guess you were in like on the probably the SPAC on one of these AI doom cults, like you might be making more money then. But like if you went and bought like an early 50s Mickey Mantle era, 50s era Mickey Mantle, if you would have went and bought like a New Mutants 98, if you would have bought an Amazing Fantasy 15, like if you would have went and got high-end collectibles and sat on those for 5 years, you're making so much more money than if you were playing the stock market. Day Trader Dave is not making as much as Sports Card Carl.
I like the new nicknames, by the way.
I don't want to. Let's not keep those around long. Scrap those right away.
Sports Card Carl.
Actually, I think the industry term is to refer to him. Well, no, that Sports Card Carl would be the guy who's actually doing it right. When you're not doing it right, that's a Timmy. Timmys are the ones who go and buy the retail box.
Yes.
And no, not Tim. Timmy.
Okay.
Like Timmy is a different mental picture.
Yeah. I've
Goes
only
and
known
buys
one Timmy in my life. So
retail boxes and gets he's like a 52-year-old man that calls himself Timmy still.
Right.
You go to Target and you buy a retail box and you expect hobby results out of it. That's that guy.
That's that guy. Okay. Now that I understand. No one likes that Timmy. That's Timmy.
Gets in a flame war with somebody on eBay because they've got a card that the valuation, the comps are like $500, and they send him a DM and say, "Will you take 50?" That's Timmy. Don't be Timmy.
Once again, Greg providing PSAs today. Draco texted in on the Live Oak Environmental text line. I had an opportunity to buy gold for $600. Asked the dude if he was nuts. It's $5,000 now. Well, I get it. Barely Moving texted in earlier about the, we're talking, I guess, Astros and Red Sox. He said, after the last 25 years or so, there's something really nice about the entire city of Boston sports struggling and failing in epic fashion. Celtics and Pats, just embarrassments. Currently, Bruins and Red Sox are laughing stocks. Yeah.
I know the Red Sox only have like 13 wins, and I know the Bruins, and I saw the Celtics drop. Why are the Patriots down? I don't remember that.
They lost in the Super Bowl.
Okay. That's it. That's the only reason they're an embarrassment. I can't think of any other storylines.
Could it be such a storyline? Did you see what ESPN did yesterday?
No. Oh, the image?
Yes.
The
image they used for the Boston Celtics being, getting ready to go to Cancun or whatever, the cruise or whatever, and it shows an animation of a cruise ship or a ship with some Celtics on board, but it's also got Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini in the Titanic pose.
That was the second best sports-related tweet of the week. Your pitching staff doesn't have cannons like these.
Which is fantastic.
Unhinged, but fantastic.
And it came from Arkansas. How do you like that? But yes, I think I said that to y'all too, didn't I? Yeah.
Oh, I got that one. Was sent to me a few times.
That was fantastic. And by 2 weeks from now, Greg, it wouldn't make sense if you tweeted that out.
Oh, I think I'm going to make that one stay.
There's some that we cannot make stay that came from that whole article thing. But that we should make stay. There's a few things that were used in the description that we probably want to let it kind of die a quick death. The early riser portion of our show is brought to you by Sports World, and they are here to take care of your baseball and softball needs. How about sticks and mitts for the entire month of May? 35% off in-stock sticks and mitts. Got to get those sticks and mitts. 8809 Joella, just off 3132, your local uniform professional since 1973. Sports World. Our little radio show also is brought to you by Porter's Cleaners. Porter's, drop it off by 9 a.m. It'll be ready for you by 5. In by 9, out by 5 at all Porter's Cleaners. So whatever you got on that suit of yours this weekend at the wedding, whatever got on the dress, probably gravy, Porter's can take care of it. In by 9, out by 5. And we'll be back right after this. Sports World 8809, Juella in Shreveport, Louisiana, is your local uniform professionals since 1973. That's right, since 1973, they've been taking care of your school uniform needs, your softball uniform needs, cheerleader, baseball, football, basketball, you name it. And for you refs out there, oh, they've got you covered as well. They got the striped shirts, they've got the sunglasses, they got everything you need. Sports World, 8809 Juella, just off 3132.
Morse & DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit morrisdewitt.com. Bateman Lawyer Spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Results may vary.
Who uses workout equipment? Everybody? Yeah. How about Shreveport and Greenwood's fire department? Guess where their fitness equipment comes from? Exmark Strength Equipment. What about Parkway High School? Where does their strength equipment come from? Exmark, right here in Shreveport. 7144 West Park Road, right here in Shreveport for 25 years. Exmark Strength Equipment.
Rejuva-Me Medical is changing weight loss with oral GLP-1 medications. No needles, no shots, just a simple tablet starting at $149. RejuvaMeMedical.com. That's ReJuvime Medical.com.
Hot water isn't usually something you think about until it's gone. When it is, you need someone you trust to fix it fast. Bobby L. Green has taken care of local families for generations. We handle plumbing, heating, and cooling. This month, save $400 on a tankless water heater or $250 on a traditional tank. Reliable hot water done right. One call, one trusted team. Bobby L. Green Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Schedule today at greenplumbing.com.
Call 318-545-6535.
KWKH, Shreveport, Bossier City, 1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? This is the Tim Fletcher Show on this beautiful Monday. May the 4th be with you. Woo! I'm kind of proud of that one, Greg. And after I coined that little phrase, Greg turned around and gave us what tomorrow is.
Revenge of the 5th.
We are, wow. And again, I've already seen a lot of the May the 4th things pop up on social media, so it's catching.
The listener base is unlimited.
It really is, Greg. It really is. You do hear Greg, so that means that Hambone is still out.
Put me in, Coach. Put me in. Come on.
Good gosh. Need a sneeze guard around you.
Golly, did I spit that bad?
Holy mo, look at that.
Sounds like the kid from Up.
It does. You got to look at their spittle on this side of the microphone. What the hell? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Hey, try this for size.
What's that? What do you got?
Good afternoon. My name is Crystal Chica Montes, and I would like to apply to be the new sports reporter on the scene at all the games. I just need a press pass.
I would tell you to spit in one hand and wish in the other, but you've already tried that.
Okay,
so.
First off, I was very excited. I haven't seen you in a while. Unbeknownst to everybody else, you've been ditching me.
We went to lunch Thursday.
After how many weeks?
Oh,
you
when I was
used that
battling
whole
a kidney stone for 3 weeks.
Thing as an excuse. Yeah, you think that's cool? My friend Greg has had 12.
I know.
And guess what?
He's
he
a Michigan
whining
man.
like a
I'm an
little
Arkansas
girl.
guy. We're pushovers compared to Michigan men. Come on.
But I just want to take this moment to say that I love nothing more than a sick, frail man. And I see that right now is my time to move in. You know what I'm saying?
On Hambone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we checked on him?
He's alive. He should be recuperating enough by Wednesday to be here, we think.
Okay, cool. Because people are saying this GeekCon guy just,
He does bring the nerd situation. You know, Rogers is obviously very, very cool to the kids.
Yeah.
And then Greg comes in, and Greg's cool to the nerd kids, And so we got 2 different sets of cool.
It's very weird having friends that fanboy over him that don't know him.
Greg or Rogers?
Both.
Yeah.
I made out with Rogers. Never made out with Greg, though.
No, you haven't.
Greg's married and stuff.
He is.
Anyway.
Rogers is sort of, and so.
Yeah. Would you like to publicly apologize yet for ditching me for like a month?
Let's see. Hang on.
Do you want to apologize now? Do we want to address it now and be friends again? Or are we still going to be on the outs?
I was going home to pee every 10 minutes.
Do you want to
3
apologize,
weeks.
yes or no? It's a Woman's Day. Sherry DeVoe won. It's like bow down to women everywhere. Thank you. Girl power. Apologize.
By the way,
apologize and I'll leave. Apologize and I'll leave.
I'm sorry, listeners. There's my apology.
That's the worst half apology I've ever heard.
So, I came up with a new, kind of a pretty funny phrase. Tell me if you think this is funny.
Okay, hit me.
Okay. Don't even look at the calendar yet. Okay.
Okay.
Today is the 4th day in May. So, for all the people that like Star Wars and stuff, I said, today we ought to say, May the 4th be with you.
You made that up? That is so clever. That is so, sometimes I wonder that noggin of yours, you know what? I accept your apology. If I don't have to sit through this anymore, I accept your apology.
I thought of that on the way out here.
Have you talked about Sherry DeVoe yet? About how a woman won it all?
We briefly touched on it. We're going to get into it in a little bit more because
Okay.
Greg wanted some more time to do it because we were having a coach come on. But yeah, I was rooting for her. Have you seen the video of her?
Realizing it's happening?
Yeah, like the ISO camera on it. It's awesome. If you can't enjoy that, dude, there's something wrong with you. That's a happy person.
That's exactly what I feel like.
Like,
you
yeah,
know.
I
Every
love
day I
watching
get to
people
come
get
to work.
happy for doing things that are right and good, and she did things right and good. And the thing
I'm
is,
just annoyed it took 152 years for a woman to win.
well, horses get annoyed as well, What?
You know what? Thank you for your service. I'm out.
Time now for an SEC update. Brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris, the former Captain Shreve Gator, LSU Tiger, Cincinnati Bengal legend, wants to help you come up with that roadmap to get you from point A to point B with obviously a lot of subsets and substops in between. But where you are now, where you want to be when you want to say, I don't want to work anymore, or I want to scale way back and just do something that I enjoy doing. I want to be able to afford to do that. If that's your point B, well, I got a point person for you. A fellow that would love to help you out and would love to get to know you, and vice versa. And I think you're going to enjoy getting to know Bo. He's a good dude, and man, he has lived a very, very cool, interesting life, and that's fun to just kind of be a part of that stuff, Bo Harris Wealth Management. Paid advertisement, bringing you the SEC update in softball. They wrapped up the regular season on Saturday. Georgia, ranked 13th in the land, ended up winning the rubber game at home over 9th-ranked Florida 9-1. Missouri, at home, took 1 of 3 against 7th-ranked Tennessee, but the Volunteers won the rubber. I'm sorry, Missouri won the third game to avoid the sweep. My bad. Missouri wins 4-3 in the Saturday series finale. Tennessee 16-8 in the SEC. Number 1 Oklahoma in a weather kind of factored series at 15th ranked Texas A&M. The top ranked squad in the land and the SEC regular season champion. Sooners win the rubber game of that series 4-3 over the Aggies. Texas A&M finished 16-8, Oklahoma 20-4. LSU with a series sweep of Auburn, and boy, howdy. Saturday, how about a 25-0 win? 25-0. That's LSU and SEC records. How does that happen? Sorry, War Eagle. Number 4, Alabama picks up a series sweep of 23rd-ranked South Carolina in Tuscaloosa with a 4-3 win on Saturday. Ole Miss takes 2 of 3 with the rubber game going their way at home in the Egg Bowl matchup with 16th-ranked Mississippi State. The Rebels get a 3-0 win. And Texas A&M and Oklahoma, they played 2, on Saturday. Oklahoma won both of those games on Saturday to win the series. LSU, by the way, won the first of 2 on Saturday, 7-2. Or was it the other way around? And, did I mention this? I was saving it in case Hester got here in time, but I guess he didn't get here. 5th-ranked Texas had to win Saturday 4-1 to salvage a game after Arkansas destroyed the Longhorns. In the first 2 games of the series, Arkansas has now won like 20 out of 24 road series. Got a pretty good little program up there, featuring Calvary alum Ramsey Walker, by the way. Arkansas with 2 of 3 wins at 5th-ranked Texas. And that, my friends, is your SEC update. Brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris is a certified financial planner, CFP, certified investment management analyst, CIMA. Securities are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Bo Harris Wealth Management of Conservative Financial is a separate entity from WFAFN. Get in touch with Bo at 318-670-3101. You'll find them on the web at boharriswm.com and physically at 223 Fannin in downtown Shreveport. Boom slam. 7:12 is the time. May the 4th be with you. Oh, is that why Brant's dressed like that? Does he got his Darth Vader? Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I don't even know who that is with the Yoda outfit, but that's gold.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jamie Erdahl and dressed like Princess Leia ain't too bad. You know? Oh, are we still on the air? Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, who is that dressed as Yoda?
I can't tell.
That's a pretty easy outfit to put together, though, I guess.
Yeah, and I think he's wearing it wrong because it looks like the ears are on the collar. But
right.
I mean, A for effort.
Yeah.
I don't know if Brant's supposed to be the Emperor. I think that's what he's going for. Or Darth Maul. It's either the Emperor or Darth Maul. Not sure.
That's funny. Czar, what about that walk-off home run by Christian Turner, Houghton against Ole Miss yesterday? Yes, indeed, he did. Talked about it during the first SEC update. The fact that Christian got up there with the tying run on base for Arkansas against Ole Miss in the rubber game. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Uh-oh. Tries to sacrifice bunt on the second pitch. Fouls it off. Uh-oh. Takes a ball for the third pitch. Ball 1. Fourth pitch fouls off. The crowd rises, gets into it because here's this freshman who hadn't had an at-bat since April 10th, I believe is what the Democrat Gazette said. Up there battling his butt off. Fouls off another pitch. The crowd really gets into it. Dugout's going nuts. And Turner turns on one, and I mean, it was no doubt about it. There's a lot of great still photos that the Arkansas website and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette has of Christian with the swing and circling the bases. How cool is that for a kid to get that opportunity to have a walk-off home run in an SEC series in a rivalry game for a pair of top 25 teams? You're a freshman, and it's, just really stinking cool that kids get that opportunity, man. So way to go, Christian Turner. Fun stuff. And Maynard was up there to go see it. Never had a walk-off home run there, Greg?
Oh, God, no. Good Lord, no. Yeah, a couple of walk-off, base hits, but no, never something as cool as that. I was not cool. No touchdowns that was called back. No walk-off home runs. No game-winning buzzer-beater threes. I guess record-breaking track stuff, but at the time didn't even know it was a record. Didn't find out until like 2 weeks later. So I guess there's that. But I mean, that wasn't even you just celebrate in the moment. Like none of that.
Right. I get it. I'm the king of just good enough. And like you said, never had a walk-off home run, had a walk-off single and a walk-off double, and I've caught like a sinking line drive to end our district tournament in Babe Ruth baseball. That was probably the most fun thing ever. I've hit a game-tying jumper to go to overtime, not a game-winning jumper.
Breaking news.
So, yeah, I get this. Uh-oh. What do we have, Greg?
Death in the baseball world.
Oh, no.
Legendary New York Yankees sportscaster John Sterling has died.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah, that news coming down this morning. 87 years old.
Wow. He retired 2 years ago?
Yeah, just, I believe, recently. It might have been a little longer than that. Let's see. It's, 2 years, 2024, right? That sounds right.
26. So he retired at the end of 24?
I don't remember because I feel like he went away and then came back for a minute. And then I know that on the broadcast they still had him doing a lot of live reads and he had endorsements. So like his voice was still there, but yeah, I mean legendary calls. I mean, dude called like 8 World Series, 5 World Series championships.
At least, right?
Yeah, that would have been what he 96, 98, 99, 2000, and 2009. He would have been there for all of those. And then, we've all heard the Yankees win call.
Yankees win.
Yep. So, 87 years old.
87 years old. 12 Emmy Awards.
Something ridiculous, too. Like, I don't know if this is the record, because Vin Scully's probably got it, or Ernie Harwell, one of those guys. But it was like 5,000 some odd consecutive games called. Like, just this huge, long record of never missing a broadcast, which you don't even get in today's world because so many guys split time between TV and the radio broadcast, and then they can't be on this net. Like, I'm thinking of Benetti.
Right.
Like, Benetti can't be on a certain network, and so he can't be in the booth on a game. So you've got one of the TV guys calling it, and it's a weird way to do it. But, yeah.
It's interesting. You bring up Benetti, of course, Detroit Tigers, and now he is I think he's the Peacock guy.
Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah. Because Boog and JD Cubs game this weekend, we're watching it, and they go to something they show Benetti, and Boog, Shambi just is like, he's the best. He goes, Benetti is just the best. He goes, and he is absolutely one of the funniest human beings I've ever known in my life, and certainly one of the smartest, and an A1 broadcaster.
The amount that he puts into the pregame stuff where he just has stats on stats on stats and ridiculous stats that don't make any sense except for situationally.
Right.
And he'll be able to pull it out. Like, he's even got I swear he's doing the editing on the packages too. So, like, there'll be they'll just bring up a screen where it's got whatever the stat is laid out, and it's a perfect scenario for double plays with no outs in the 6th inning or beyond. Like, nobody's ever going to think about this.
Right.
And
except
then
Benetti.
In the 7th inning of this game, it's going to take place, and Benetti's going to be like, and that's the 14th time this year. And here comes this graphic, and you're like, how? Why?
That's interesting you bring that up because scrolling last night, come across something where there was a baseball stat that was one of those, first time since 1914, and one of the comments was, how in the world is baseball the only sport that has a gazillion games in their history where they're able to tell you within 10 seconds the first time that's happened to this scenario, like you said, with first and second on a moonlit night since 1917 when the Boston Beaneaters did it against the Cleveland Spiders. And so I don't know how they're able to do it, but baseball just has always meant more. Stats have always meant more, it feels like. And I guess that's why there's been more meticulous collecting of stats, and they were just really quick to digitize and made it so accessible from all the past.
Scorebook hasn't changed in 100 and some odd years.
Nope.
And even stats today that are like just made up new stats can be extrapolated from the storytelling that's on paper of the way that baseball was scored a century ago. So you can retroactively go back and figure out how many saves a guy has, not because you had to keep track of them in the moment, but because we meticulously kept track of exactly what the scenario was in the game when this happened. Like with sacks in the NFL, nobody was keeping track of those, and there's no way that you can actually go back and say, oh, that guy sacked the quarterback on this play, on this down here, because the scoring is not as uniformed across 120 years. So you can't pull one out like you can in baseball. That's the first time in baseball history since Old Hoss Radburn got his 59th win in 1845. Old Hoss Radburn, by the way, is an actual player.
It is.
And holds the major league record for pitching wins in a season. Do you know what the record is?
I can't remember.
It'll never be broken.
No, it will not. Yeah, but go ahead.
61 wins.
And a good follow on Twitter for a while there. I'm not sure if Old Hoss is still out.
Oh, is Old Hoss on? Oh,
yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Old Hoss is pretty good.
I wonder if he retweets Captain Andrew Luck.
Might be. I think they come from the same stock. 7:22 the time. The cleanup hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. They open in just 38 minutes. Holy moly. We are really, really close. It's so close that you ought to postpone anything that you may have planned for breakfast because, look, that's going to take you until like 7:53 to get over there. Just 7 more minutes longer and you can get Fuzzy's breakfast tacos and Fuzzy's breakfast burritos. Isn't that a whole lot better than what you were planning on going to do? Yeah, that's it. That's the way to come through, man. Look at that. We're coming up with great decisions together. Fuzzy's Taco Shop. For breakfast today, heck yeah. We'll be back with more of the Tim Fletcher Show, brought to you by Accutim, 861-2255, 861-2255. Always be comfortable in your own home. When the weather is delightful as it is today, this is the perfect day to get your air conditioning checked out, tuned up, and make sure that it is ready for the upcoming brutal heat of the 318. It is going to be scorching hot this summer, and Accutim's here to help you be as comfortable in your own home as you possibly can be. 861-2255. Back after this.
We talk about Fuzzy's Taco Shop and their breakfast tacos, their breakfast burritos. They're so amazing, and they're available at 8 o'clock in the morning, but you know there's so much to love at Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Look, man, if you're into chips and salsa, that's the place to go. You're in for a great margarita, that's the place to go. You want incredible enchiladas and nachos, that's the place to go. Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas. Download the app, Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Download the app.
Accutemp, 861-2255. We talk about being comfortable in your own home. Dude, winter rolls into spring, into summer, into fall. 4 seasons, we know there's hot and cold in Louisiana. Accutemp keeps you hot when it's cold, cold when it's hot.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out. But also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. All with our best equipment, with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though kids will grow up and you still won't understand 6-7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. 5 years, same internet price, lock-in reliable, fiber-powered gig Wi-Fi for effortless streaming, plus get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and Peacock Premium included on us. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Peacock Premium included for 3 years. Programming subject to change and availability. Actual speeds vary. Xfinity Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial cable.
Morris & DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Results may vary.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Going full Rain Man over here, man. I've brought up, we were talking about baseball stats and then go to the break. And, of course, now I'm like, okay, where are – I know I did one. There was something about Brandon Marsh. He was something – and now I can't find it to save my life. And what they've changed the thing where you can look up your likes on X now. Like things that you've liked. They used to put it in a own little category.
You probably got to pay for it.
Oh. That's disappointing. Welcome back. Cleanup Hour brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. 4600 East Texas and Bossier City, Louisiana are just off Industrial on I-20. Go north, and you'll be there. Pretty stinking cool, man. Breakfast tacos, breakfast burritos are just 34 minutes away. So, Gregory, are you happy for the Montreal Canadiens? Happy that Tampa Bay is out of the mix? How does it feel?
What if one of those things is true? Which one do you think it is?
You're happy that Tampa Bay's out of the mix.
Yes.
But you're not happy for the Canadiens.
A lot of indifference with the Canadiens, only because Mosinee, Wisconsin's Cole Caulfield, continues to play well.
As we all know.
And if his name goes on the Stanley Cup just one time, I'll be all right with it. Joe Pavelski was also from Central Wisconsin. He played at Stevens Point, SPASH, Stevens Point Area High School. And he should have gotten his name on the cup like 5 or 6 times. And if Cole Caulfield can make up for that, Mosinee and Stevens Point are only like 25 minutes away from each other, if that.
Okay.
If he can do that for Central Wisconsin, worth it. Totally worth it.
Look at you being just a magnanimous man. And then last night as well, so that was Game 7. Montreal wins, survives, goes into the, what do they call the second round, conference semifinals, or do they call it the second round? I think they call it the second round of the Stanley Cup. So in addition, it was goalie optional in the other game, in Game 1. After Minnesota dispatches the Dallas Stars, the Minnesota Wild head off to Denver, give up 3 goals right out of the chute, make it a 3-2 game after 1, and then going into the third period, it was 9-6, so 5-5 going to the third. Colorado scores 4 goals in the third period. When's the last time that happened?
I don't know, but they need to be investigated.
Are we talking DraftKings account?
I don't know. Something. Colorado just needs to be investigated. In fact, they should probably be removed from the NHL. Not sure exactly what it is yet. I don't know
harsh, but I'm going to write
what the infraction is, but it's a death penalty infraction for the franchise. So if we could just go ahead and get them out, give Atlanta. We're bringing the Atlanta Thrashers back. We're going to bring that back. No. We're eliminating Colorado. We're going to take Colorado. We're going to send them to Atlanta, but it's a death penalty for the organization. So they don't get to carry over any of the franchise records or any of that stuff. There's no reason for Colorado to have a team anymore.
No reason at all.
No reason. I'd rather another Florida market get a team. Yeah.
Hester has that belief about, was it Cleveland?
The Browns shouldn't exist now.
Yeah, the Browns shouldn't exist. That's it.
We tried it for decades.
And you're not going to doubt. You're not going to.
No, I have a solution for this. I have a solution to get rid of them. We get rid of the whole city and state. And then no Browns.
You still want a Michigan-Ohio war, don't you?
It's not a war. Okay, a war would involve multiple, somebody fighting back. There's no fighting back there. It's a one-sided event. It's like people betting on the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, my. He's got thoughts on the wagering of the Kentucky Derby.
Okay.
But going back to our thought on baseball stats and just how wild they can be. In the BABIP category, batting average of balls in play. This is actually a meaningful stat, Hester. Batting average of balls in play. Fifth all time, Rod Carew.
Okay.
359 BABIP. Number 4, our typical producer in the morning, named for Rogers Hornsby. 365 BABIP. Shoeless Joe Jackson, number 3, all time with a 366 BABIP. Your number 1, of course, is Ty Cobb, 383.
Ty Cobb.
Number 2 all time, Brandon Marsh.
So this is a great stat.
Very meaningful.
With a lot of, yeah.
Brandon Marsh is number 2 all time. In at least, if you had at least 2,000 plate appearances, that's a pretty good amount. Number 2 all time. So he is one of the greatest hitters to have ever played the game.
What is that stat even good for, really? Like, batting average, balls in play. Like,
takes out your strikeouts.
Right, which is a big part of the game.
Right. Takes out, I think, foul outs, maybe.
Well, yeah, that would, I mean.
And so it says that you put the ball in between the lines.
These are the same people that told you RBIs don't mean anything, by the way. You know, runs being scored, which win the game.
So you're telling me that Christian Walker, who's had his WRC plus go from 74 from last year to 163, his WRC plus runs created.
So we were talking about how cool it is that you have like a century worth of stats that you can go back and look at and compare guys.
Yes.
You know, there is a line where you take it too far. Like, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
So you're saying that not only having a WAR wins above replacement, but having an F-WAR, which is unfortunately the way Hester would probably like to refer to this stat as.
I think all of those. Look, if you want to use something to critique the way that we've always done it, like if you want to look back at how batting average might not actually be the stat that we thought it was, and how like on base percentage is more important, I'll hear that. If you want to talk about how wins for a pitcher don't really mean as much because it's not about the pitcher to score the runs and their defense behind them influences more than what they do on the mound, I can hear that. We can take those two long-running stats, remove them from baseball. But let's not replace them with F-WAR and WOBA.
WOBA?
I didn't name it.
This is what happens when people just have too much time on their hands.
You know what? If they would go out there and do a little bit more mowing.
Yep. Well, we got a lot of those. We got a lot of mowers. A lot of mowers around town. Basically, that's what happens when the guys don't go off to college. They become lawn care experts, and the women become hairdressers or photographers. A lot of photographers out there.
Make a lot of jewelry, too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that.
With jewelry already created by other people that they bring in boxes and put the clasp on.
Yeah. Lots of that.
Lots of
This is where the loss of the American factory comes into play.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have all this going on if they were on an assembly line.
Yep. You know, NAFTA was one of the biggest mistakes that we've made.
Comrade Howard.
Comrade's Corner.
Comrade's Corner. Yeah. Started off there. 7:35 the time. When we come back, we've got an LSU update. We're in the cleanup hour, brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. They open in 25 minutes. A reminder that Colvin's show from 4 to 5 today. Off center. Going to make its debut from 4 until 5. Join in. You'll be glad you did. Our little radio show also is brought to you by Chevyland. Shop, click, drive, Chevyland.com. I treat my Silverado really, really nice because I love it. This weekend I drive to Monticello. My brother's outside. He's going to wash his wife's car. I thought I was going to help him. He goes, you want to wash your truck? I said, yeah, let's do that. I said, I've not hand washed my own truck yet. How 1% does that sound? I'm in one of those little car wash clubs, where I go in like 2 or 3 times a month and get it for a monthly fee. So I wash it and I dry it and I'll hand rub it and all that good stuff. Clean out the inside. But a good hand washing, holy cow. You talk about a thing of beauty. It was gorgeous sitting out there in the sun. And I've had it, just about 2 years now, and it looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. Golly geez. What a good truck. What a good-looking truck. And I'm glad I got it at Chevyland. They're good people. Steve Horn, Jerry Montgomery, that's what I'm telling you. You come out of there and you're going to say, hey, that was a good deal. I paid a fair price, and the people were really nice. I'm glad I went there. That's why they're the #1 Chevy dealer in the area. We'll be back right after this.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
We talk about Fuzzy's Taco Shop and their breakfast tacos, their breakfast burritos. They're so amazing, and they're available at 8 o'clock in the morning, but there's so much to love at Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Look, man, if you're into chips and salsa, that's the place to go. You're in for a great margarita, that's the place to go. You want incredible enchiladas and nachos, that's the place to go. Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas. Download the app, Fuzzy's Taco Shop.
Radio legend Robert J. Wright joining us here. Spell Brothers Lumber, not just lumber, they also do windows and doors as an installation. Robert, you've had experience with Spell Brothers Lumber.
In a nutshell, my friend, it was really, really cold downstairs in my house, especially near these old, creaky 30-plus-year-old windows. Spell Brothers installed, state-of-the-art, now it's warm.
Get warm with Spell Brothers Lumber, doors and window installation.
Are you familiar with Sports Cards of Louisiana, Shreveport Bossier's premier sports card and TCG store? That's right. Buy, sell, trade sports cards, Magic, and Pokemon. They're a Topps Direct MVP account, Topps Buyback Redemption Program, Play Pokemon store. They're a Fanatics Collect Direct Submission Shop, games, workshops, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, paints and supply, Magic the Gathering Friday every single week. They have Commander Night plus Pokemon Play on Sundays at Sports Cards of Louisiana, 3000 North Market Street, Suite 178.
GBT has been our stand-by-us bank for quite some time. When it comes to a bank that delivers service, that delivers financial products, that delivers modern banking at your fingertips, I can think of nobody better than GBT, the great banking team. AccuTemp 861-2255. We talk about being comfortable in your own home. Dude, winter rolls into spring, into summer, into fall. 4 seasons, we know there's hot and cold in Louisiana. AccuTemp keeps you hot when it's cold, cold when it's hot.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for sports.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 7:39, 21 minutes until the hour of 8 o'clock, 21 minutes left until they open the doors at Fuzzy's Taco Shop. A reminder that their happy hour, fantastic, absolutely. 2 to 6 happy hours every day. 4600 East Texas in Bossier City.
That'll work.
$5 and under for house margs and Bahama Mamas. $2.50 regular tacos, $3.50 premium tacos. Time now for your LSU update. Brought to you by Xmark Strength Equipment, xmarkfitness.com, the letter X, M-A-R-K, fitness.com. Your LSU Tigers coming off a series sweep of South Carolina. That's awesome. But it was kind of drowned out by the big news on the recruiting front. Ahmad Hudson, the nation's #1 tight end in the class of 2027, one of the top overall recruits in the class of 2027, and also the nation's #3 center in high school basketball, committed to LSU. He has said that he wants to play both sports, and apparently Will Wade is on board with this. as is Lane Kiffin. So Ahmad Hudson, who had his offer everywhere. His last two, though, was an interesting. I can't remember who it is now. Esther, do you remember who his second choice was? Wasn't UCLA or I don't know why. It was just kind of like, that's an interesting thing there. But the good news is, hey, LSU fans, you get Ahmad Hudson. If you've seen that kid play from, the 8th grade on, his name's kind of been floating around out there. Is like, you got to believe, can't believe what this kid's going to be able to do. And it truly is a situation where which one is his better sport? Because he is really good in both of them. So, Ahmad Hudson, 6'6", 239 pounds. Nebraska was the other finalist.
Had a great year in basketball, though, right?
They did have a great year in basketball.
The ball's kind of
right,
slowly getting there again.
I wonder if it was one of those, hey, you're going to be the centerpiece of our,
sure.
And
a few more commas, perhaps.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
7:42, and that's your LSU update, brought to you by Xmark Strength Equipment, xmarkfitness.com, the letter X, M-A-R-K, fitness.com. I was telling my brother this. My brother turned 70 years old this month. That is old. So much older than me. Because I'm 44, I think. 44, 45. And I was telling him, the first time my sister-in-law had seen me in a while. I've dropped a few pounds, And she's going to classes and working out at the local place there in Monticello, and my brother's not. I said, Tony, just get you a couple of barbells, man. A couple of dumbbells. Walk around the house and get them, 15 pounds. Just when you see them, pick them up. I said, that's what I'm doing. I said, I'm not out there trying to throw around 225 pounds again. Why do I need to do that?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want flabby and dumpy.
Have you become advice guy now for fitness?
I have.
That's how it always works. You do something for a couple of weeks, and it's like, hey, you know what you ought to do.
Well, that's my brother.
There's a bunch of those. There's a bunch of those guys out there, though. You know what I started doing? I saw this on Instagram. It's crazy.
I have become that guy.
Take this
to my own brother.
Take this supplement that I found off Instagram.
As a matter of fact, I might go. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get him a set of dumbbells.
All right.
From Xmark.
Imagine you became a fitness influencer at this stage. I mean, why not? There's no qualification process.
I think that one might be one of the upsets of the century right there. if I was able to pull that off.
You don't even have to get a certificate.
Do you believe in miracles?
Just roll right into it.
Oh, the
Hi,
Fly
guys.
says how much my wife pays for a 10-minute family photo session. I've considered becoming a photographer for those rates. LOL.
Yeah, no doubt.
What is it? It really cost a lot?
Dude, it's a competitive market now, and some people are better than others.
But can't you take most great photos with your? If you got a good phone,
you'd actually be surprised.
There's when somebody knows what they're doing and has better equipment. Yeah, I mean it looks better. Yes, you can capture a moment with your phone. That is possible to do, but it looks nicer when it's a.
I mean, everyone's also got a podcast app at home that they can just sit down and start broadcasting out.
They don't even need this room.
They don't even need the podcast room. Doing wherever you want it.
There's a different. If you get a snap with David Arquette at his table, as compared to the pro photo op with David Arquette, you can tell the difference.
Yes, 100%.
Big difference.
Mm-hmm. Big difference. Doesn't matter how good your iPhone.
That's a very good
because
point.
His handler's not on the phone in the back of the picture texting somebody. I have a great one though from WrestleCon when WrestleMania was last in New Orleans, the one they didn't take away from him, where I got a picture with Animal from Hawk and Animal, Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and a napping Rick Steiner is in the background at the table next to mine, or where I was getting the picture taken. So I got in two of the members of great tag teams of all time, 2 for 1.
And Rick Steiner napping at one of those is much better behavior than he's had over the last few.
That's the dog-faced gremlin who's napping in my photo while I'm wearing shoulder pads with spikes on them.
Keep him that way.
7:45 the time from the Live Oak Environmental text line. Both Card Show Calvin and When the Right Hand Comes Along gave us Nebraska. Shankenstein said, hey, is Greg the guy that picked the bogus Slipknot song for the GeekCon commercial? Boo!
That guy's texted him about that a couple times.
He is not happy with the Slipknot song.
I'll tell you why that one in particular has been chosen. Because Chris Fenn was the backup vocalist. He was the backing vocals for Slipknot for over a decade. That particular song is one that he wrote and sings the backing vocals, and that chorus is where he's singing. So that particular clip is because that's where you hear Chris Fenn's voice more than anywhere else. So I apologize for Chris Fenn being in Slipknot and having a song where he sings on it.
Have y'all seen the chicken wing hot thing?
Chicken wing hot thing.
The YouTube
Are you talking
show?
about Hot Ones?
Hot Ones, yeah.
Okay.
Which I like the show.
No, you should now be in charge of naming shows. Chicken wing what thing? What hot thing? Welcome back, everybody, to Chicken Wing Hot Thing.
You can't tell me that it wouldn't be a better show if it was called Chicken Wing Hot Thing.
If it's called Chicken Wing Hot Thing, it's on for 1 week and gone. I don't care how good Sean Evans is. It's over.
It is. Imagine the merch. Chicken Wing Hot Thing. Welcome back to season 4 of Chicken Wing Hot
Doesn't
Thing.
sound like an ongoing YouTube show. That sounds like a gas station chicken place in mid-Mississippi.
Your level of guess probably goes down if it's called that.
Anyway, what's it called again? Hot Ones, right? Yeah, that'd be it. You see the one that where Slipknot's on it? No. Yeah, and they have some where there's just the celebrities themselves, and they kind of do their own thing. It's which one's got the metal mask? Is that Corey?
They change the masks the masks change on a consistent.
Dreadlock guy is Mick, right?
There's a Mick in the band.
Isn't that Mick Thompson?
I have no clue.
I don't.
I think that's the Dreadlock guy.
See, so they've also changed out members quite a bit. There's
You think that's the Dreadlock guy?
I think
as
that's
your scrolling names.
No, because I looked it up this weekend, but I'm looking up Slipknot now, and it's got like 15 members. Hang on.
Yes, that's also part of.
Wait, who's this guy?
I have no clue about any of this. I kind of know the main guy because he's a good dude, right? Isn't that the deal?
Yeah, Corey Taylor's.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good dude.
Like he's done a lot of stuff for people.
Outwardly, yes, but like internally, apparently with the band, there's a lot of issue.
Okay.
There's a lot of issue. It looks like it was Sean Crahan.
Yeah, the clown. Yeah, Sean Clown Crahan. That's it. You're right.
Yeah, Corey Taylor and Sean Crahan. Corey Taylor's new mask has dreadlocks on it. Okay. And again, that's a new mask because for a long time he had a different one, and then he had one before that, and one before that, and he's probably had 32 different masks by now.
Did you binge a bunch of this?
No, I've done it before.
Okay.
But they were doing a thing where they're also the one, not the dreadlocks, but the other one was having to judge other bands who use masks.
Okay.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah, and
they were talking about how Gore never wear underwear. No member of Gore ever wears underwear.
That tracks. That's
some chafing.
I was like, that is information I would never have found if I was not watching Chicken Wing Hot Thing with Slipknot talking about Gore. So
I did see video.
Thank you, Internet.
Did see video of Guar, one of their more recent performances on the East Coast. They have worked Pink Pony Club now into the set list. So
7:49 the time. The cleanup hour. Brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's is open in just 10 minutes. Holy cow. Breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos. Outstanding. Yum, 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 yum. Ham bone on the shelf. We got Greg Adams here in his stead. How you like them? Oh, man.
Thought you had it that time.
Try to slide it in every now and then. It's like someone who's got a cattle prod. As soon as they hear the goof, it's all over with. Ham bone's out. Fish bone is here. What could be Greg's animal?
What?
Fish bone, ham bone, and
okay.
Wolverine bone.
That's a lot.
That's too much.
Moose bone.
There we go.
There
Moose bone Adams. Look at that. Slipped it past the crowd that time.
Hey, look, Fishbone came from absolutely nowhere, Greg, so it is what it is.
We'll be back right after this.
That Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ Texas Edition that I am cruising around in is just a dream truck. I love the leather upholstery. It's got the cooling seats that are going to come in handy so much here as these temperatures warm up. Can you imagine the summer without cooling seats and leather upholstery? As big as I am, not a pretty picture. But the Silverado LTZ from Chevyland is going to take care of me as it always does. Chevyland, together, let's drive.
The cleanup hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are ready for you at 8 o'clock every single morning. And don't forget their daily specials. Happy hour, 2 to 6, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Are you experiencing fatigue or low libido? At Rejuvame, you will meet in person with a nurse practitioner who will make recommendations based on your lab work. Testosterone therapy at RejuvameMedical.com. That's REJUVIME Medical.com.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Fox Sports plays here.
Welcome back, everybody. Tim Fletcher Show with Greg Adams sitting in for Rogers Hampton. Adam Hester here. 7 minutes until the top of the hour. Cleanup hour brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. They are open for breakfast in just 7 minutes. 7 minutes from now, you can get breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos. Card Show Calvin says, suggests geek bone instead of moose bone, perhaps. You know?
Well, we're just going with the animal.
Yeah, that's true.
Geek bone is, that's good.
Sweet Lincoln's mullet, gonna need Greg to elaborate on Scott Steiner's behavior.
Rick Steiner.
Yeah, not Scott. Not Scott.
Oh, okay.
Scott's running the Shoney's or the Waffle House or whatever.
Yeah, he's got a Shoney's.
Yeah.
It's probably the greatest Shoney's ever. No, so Scott, we had him in. Scott is tremendous.
He was
So
really
good.
nice. Yeah.
There was one moment when you saw that Scott Steiner, the one that everyone's familiar with on TV. That Scott Steiner did show up for a minute when he was informed that they towed his car. That'll probably be chapter 8 or 9 in the memoir. When I'm done with this whole thing and I'm writing about this, that'll get its own chapter.
Was he parked illegally?
Well, it was probably the person that drove them. Or
We are going to have to wait until this is written somewhere. And maybe portions of this may be off-air conversation.
And not recorded?
Right.
Didn't we just have the anniversary of Steiner Math? Wasn't that the last couple of days?
Look, I will consider every day to be the anniversary because every time I see it come up on my timeline, somebody's normally putting on this day 17 years ago, which is not accurate, but the algorithm does not care.
No, it does not.
And I don't either. So every time you show it to me, I'm going to not only watch it in its entirety, I'm going to send it to you, I'm going to send it to him.
It's one of the greatest bits ever.
You got a 33 and a 3% chance.
If you've never seen the Steiner Math promo, just YouTube that at some point.
You look at me and you look at a guy like Smo Joe. He knows he can't be me.
It makes me so happy.
Does that make you more happy than, was it Dennis Scott and asked me about the...
No, Dennis Scott would probably still have the edge there because it's more of a deep cut. Because there wasn't as many, ways to consume things back then.
Mm.
But the fact that he is railing against these like New England white kids at this basketball camp who have no idea what he's talking about, and he's got a vehicle behind him blasting rap music, like basically giving him a soundtrack to this just eviscerating of the man that he's giving. And these kids are like, "Hey, are we gonna shoot some free throws today?"
Guys in Dover, Delaware, dropping a New Jack promo on some kids in a parking lot.
Yes, exactly.
And one of the best things about that entire episode is that it's a local news story.
Yes.
That typically would have been a 30-second VO
right.
of Dennis Scott out there, playing with basketball, and then a 15-second soundbite, and that would have been it. Instead, it's like a 3-minute story on how this
We would have
thing
never known about it if not for that.
Right. Because
Like
that was it.
Yes.
They happened to do a story on
about
it.
the rage with it.
And these kids are 8 years old.
They're like, "Do you think we should still ask him to sign our T-shirt? Because I think he's mad."
And who was he angry with? We
it-
looked this up. I think back
Yeah.
when we were in the corner, we used to talk about that when we were in the corner
It
studio.
used to come up.
Oh my
often
gosh,
because that was the
that should be more of a famed meme and GIF. Ask me about the rage within.
Of a deep cut, man. People don't.
It
that
is-
was when that's when Shaq was, I guess, still right. 97,
Yeah,
he was still
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And so a bunch of us rooted for the Magic because Shaq was there, and everybody loves Shaq, and
Sure.
and all that. And it was. I remember seeing that on ESPN and thinking, I don't think they're ever gonna win anything. I think this is probably over with. They may have to bust this up because that's one of those players they need to be good.
Oh boy, it was not good.
I don't think it would see the actual quote.
I watched it again. Oh, I didn't know what it was. About 2 months ago, I sent it to my brother.
Yeah.
Because he had not seen it. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I did. He asked me about the rage within, and he didn't reply. I'm like, you've never seen the clip?
The camp was obviously canceled, and the parents were refunded their $200 fees. Scott
Virginia.
was eventually traded to the Dallas Mavericks.
It was Virginia. I thought for some reason it was further up the coast.
I thought it was too. I thought it was like Vermont or somewhere. Yeah. The kids were that snowbird white. They had not been out in the sunshine in their lives, it looked like.
Dennis Scott said, quote, "Don't ask me for my autograph. Ask me about the rage inside of me."
Oh, it's so good. These kids are so confused.
All right, I've got to write it down for posterity. Don't ask me for my autograph.
Ask me about the rage that's inside of me.
It was contract negotiations. That was
They were all locked in negotiations with the Orlando Magic. This includes Shaq and Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
Playing alongside Horace Grant, Nick Anderson, and Brian Shaw.
The trade is beautiful, though, as far as the names involved. He sent to the Mavericks for Derek Harper and Ed O'Bannon.
All right.
Those are some beautiful mid to late 90s basketball names right there.
Everyone thought they won the trade.
Yeah.
At that point, you thought, oh, man, getting O'Bannon in his, not even in his, working toward his prime
He just
years?
needs a change of scenery.
We just needed
Whoopsie.
Shaq to stay there.
Yes.
If he would have just had Shaq remain in Orlando.
There's a 30 for 30, right, that just came out about the Magic?
Yeah, there
Recent.
was.
I need. That's definitely one I'll check out because I was all about NBA at that point in time.
There's another one about.
Hopefully, this is on there.
Oh heck!
Oh come on, let me read this. There we go.
This-
We got a Mike Downey story from July 16th, 1997, in Los Angeles Times. This camp surely the latest rage. I'm so looking forward to reading a 1997 in the moment.
That's a different
reaction
level
to
of
this.
sports writing in
Yes,
1997.
it was.
I do like that the apology quote here is, Scott apologized days later, stating he, quote, overreacted. And the, quote, rage comment was a poor attempt to describe the fire or dedication he felt rather than anger toward the kids.
This was a different era for sports writing, too. The article opens, "Kids, welcome to the Dennis Scott Summer Basketball Camp. I'm your counselor, Uncle Mike."
Oh, boy.
Here's where you receive your complimentary Dennis Scott Summer Camp t-shirt, a copy of his videotape featuring Uncle Dennis's speech. Oh, and then there's this.
Well, see, we're never going to have that ever again.
No, we don't have that stuff anymore.
When I went to Eddie Sutton basketball camp in Fayetteville, And I still don't know how in the hell my parents afforded this. I have a feeling it was because Scott Merrill went with me, and his dad was a superintendent. He had a little bit of money.
Okay.
They were well off, doing okay. And I wonder if May and my mom worked for his dad. Now that I think about it, I wonder if his dad paid for the whole trip. But anyway, so we're up there at Eddie Sutton basketball camp. It's the first basketball camp I've ever been to.
How old were you?
12.
Had you been to Fayetteville?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go up there, and and Coach Sutton has been making the rounds at all things. We're playing in the Fayetteville Junior High School 3-on-3 tournament. And we're in the final game, me and two guys, and we're losing like 5-2, playing to 11, win by 2. Coach Sutton comes in, blows the whistle, has to call a timeout because Sidney Moncrief's going to come talk to you.
Oh.
And so I'm like, what?
Sure.
This is 1976, 77. Wow. So Sidney Moncrief comes in, and I am from me to Greg. I'm sitting,
Isn't that amazing?
Cross-legged with Sidney Moncrief in our face, talking about things, and I'm like so amazed. It was just like nuts. You're never going to get that stuff anymore.
No.
If I know that Jacob does his football camp, there's football camps, but it just doesn't feel like it's the same kind of stuff back when literally you would be.
The interaction levels are very different.
Yeah, because everyone knows that everything's being filmed now.
Sure. Yeah,
there was not a camera in sight.
Yeah.
Although so I've had them document that because we came back and won the 3-on-3 championship after being inspired, and I got the 3-on-3 champs T-shirt. So there we go.
So you had a different reaction than the kids of Virginia.
I did. I was inspired as opposed to
he was trying to inspire them about the fire he felt or whatever.
A lifetime of trauma compared to a lifetime of memories.
That's one of those things too where I think I happened to just see that the SportsCenter report about what happened, and I'm like, I am so glad.
I was unaware. You're the one that brought it up to me,
Yeah.
and I had not seen it.
I was so happy that I just happened to be watching SportsCenter at that moment. And so that was burned into my memory, and not just something that because I don't even feel like that one comes up that often.
No,
the Scott thing,
never.
compared to other rants,
Right.
And so I'm so very happy that I know about that. That I happen to be watching SportsCenter that morning, as we all used to do.
And see, this is with a butterfly effect when it really works out.
Yeah.
Hester happened to be watching SportsCenter. Hester happens to start hanging out with us here on the radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Happens to bring it up, and I happen to watch it for the first time ever. And now the rest is history.
And then there was, I remember also a Daily Show with Craig Kilborn story about this happening as well.
Yes.
That I caught, I was like, hey, it's a thing.
Well, I saw that too.
Yeah.
I looked back and saw that. Good stuff. 8:03 the time. Fuzzy's Taco Shop is open for business right now. Stop by 4600 East Texas in Bossier City. You'll be so glad to get your Monday off to a Fuzzy's Tacos start than anything else around out there, buddy. When we come back, we've got your head coach for the 6th straight time, the state championship winning head coach of the Calvary Lady Cavaliers softball squad, who also picked up win number 400 yesterday. That's pretty salty. I think she might end up possibly being in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Might
maybe down the road.
Might see that happening.
Yeah.
We'll visit with Tiffany Frazier-Wood when we come back right after this. The Cleanup Hour is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos are ready for you at 8 o'clock every single morning. And don't forget their daily specials. Happy hour, 2 to 6, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, 4600 East Texas in Bossier City.
Are you experiencing fatigue or low libido? At Rejuvame, you will meet in person with a nurse practitioner who will make recommendations based on your lab work. Testosterone therapy at RejuvameMedical.com. That's REJUVIME Medical.com.
Before the heat shows up, your AC should be ready because the last thing you want is to find out it's not working when you need it the most. Bobby L. Green has taken care of local families for generations, and now we handle heating and cooling too. This month at Bobby L. Green, AC tune-ups are just $89. You heard that right? A tune-up for only $89. Simple, affordable, done right. One call, one trusted team, Bobby L. Green Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Schedule today at greenplumbing.com. Call 318-545-6535.
Exmark Strength Equipment has been around for 25 years right here in Louisiana, right here in Shreveport at 7144 West Park Road. Their mission has been the same from the jump, providing high-quality fitness equipment that helps people achieve their goals, whether that's lifting heavier, moving better, or living stronger.
from right here in Shreveport for over 2 decades. They're more than just a fitness equipment company. They're with you on your fitness journey. Exmark Fitness Equipment.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit morrisdewitt.com. Bateman Lawyer Spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Results may vary.
The Power Hour of the Tim Fletcher Show is brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. We don't know where Donnie goes, where he's traveling next, but we do know this. When you go to 3830 East Texas in Bossier City, you're going to get a fair, square deal on a beautiful manufactured home.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
Welcome back, everybody. Tim Fletcher Show with Gregory Moosebone Adams, Adam Fishbone Hester. We got old Hambone still out on the shelf this first part of this week. We're in the Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. The Brew Crew with 20 acres of homes to choose from. Also, our show brought to you by Bobby L. Green Plumbing, the plumbing team I like best, 318-631-0235. If you've got a plumbing problem, buddy, you don't want this thing to linger. No, sir. Why not just call the right folks, get it done right now for the right price, and not have to worry about it ever again. That's why I use Bobby L. Green Plumbing, 318-631-0235. Joining us now on the Mudbugs Hockey Hotline as part of our River Cities Floors Springtime Coaches Conversation, your head coach of the Calvary Lady Cavaliers, who won their 6th straight state championship. Spit it out, Fletcher. With a 5-1 win yesterday, your head coach, Tiffany Wood. Hello there, Tiffany, and congratulations.
Hello, thank you.
When did you guys make your way back? I guess you got back early last night, maybe?
Well, I got back about 8:45 last night.
All right. So what was this state championship like compared to the last 5 that you have racked up? And now, of course, that's 8 overall. So different, similar. What was it like as that final out was recorded?
Oh, it was exciting. They're all exciting. It was just amazing to be able to accomplish this with this group of kids. And each of them are special, but to be able to get the 6 in a row was really, really pretty cool.
I have no idea if I'm asking the right question or not here, if you would know the answer, but what is the record for most consecutive state softball championships in Louisiana?
We are now tied 6. 6 is the most. Really? And I believe John Curtis, there's 3 schools, now 4, including us, that have 6.
Well. Something to think about for next year, huh? And, oh, by the way, and thanks for Roy Lang for bringing this up, and I think I also heard it on Chad's live feed, Chad McDowell's live feed at the recording last out. Win number 400. Tiffany, what does that say about this program that you now have 400 wins? And you haven't been doing this for 30 years either. We're talking about this is your 14th season. To have 400 wins is pretty remarkable. What's the main thing that you think has contributed to that?
Yes, 400. It's unbelievable. It's the 15th year though. I mean, one more year. But it's just, the kids, the program, the parents, everything. I don't win them by myself. My coaching staff, everybody that contributes to it helped with these 400 wins.
So let's talk a little bit about the 5-1 win yesterday over Parkview Baptist. You're sending out Kenzie Anderson, one of, if not the best high school softball pitcher in the state, going off to Georgia after this. The confidence level that you and Greg and everybody associated with the program and the girls that are taking the field has to be sky high, knowing that she's out there in the circle, right?
Absolutely. That anything can happen, and she's human, but the confidence in her going out there, especially when we have the ability to score some runs and we get those 2 runs, and they did come back and get 1, but I knew then it was going to be really hard to get to her for more than 1 run.
Once you did, of course, it was kind of slow going there, and it all gets broken up a nothing tie with Baylor Bachhaus. little solo home run there. And I saw in Roy's article you mentioned that we get her for 2 more years. What was it like to have a sophomore step up in that kind of environment and deliver that kind of a hit that really did kind of ignite everything offensively for you guys?
Yeah, it got us going. I mean, it was the first run we scored, and we scored more after that, and she just got it going. She got the energy going, the confidence, the room to breathe a little bit. Baylor's been a great offensive weapon for us for the last 3 years. So had no doubt. I mean, she's in the 3-hole, just no doubt that she was able to get it done.
When you look at this team, and of course I think that J.C. Sledge had 2 RBI, had a run-scoring double in the frame as well to make it 2-zip. Of the kids that are coming back, how many of those that were on the field yesterday will be back for Calvary next year?
I am losing 2, and I played, I believe I had 11 in that game yesterday, and so I'll be returning 9 of those.
We looked around. We were talking to Tim Whitman earlier, and he's, only losing 1 senior starter off that squad. You're losing 2 seniors off this squad. Of course, one of them is, going to Georgia for Pete's sake to pitch. So that's kind of a bit to replace there. But if you're in this division, do you kind of go, well, I guess we have to chalk it up again and play for second place? Obviously, that's not what everyone's going to think. But your expectations are, I assume, with that kind of team coming back, to get to 7 in a row. So what's the message that you want to get to these girls as they get ready for off-season and preseason and all that? What's the Tiffany Wood message to the kids that are coming back next year?
To the team that's coming back next year, we're going to enjoy this win. We're going to take a week and enjoy the win, enjoy everything that comes with it and all the celebrations, and definitely don't take it for granted. But then we're going to get back to work. We got a lot of kids returning, and we have a lot of good young pitching that people just have not seen because Kenzie's been on the mound. We're not settling for second. I know there's a lot of people that are already counting us out and thinking our time of winning in a row is done. But they could absolutely be heartbroken this time next year.
Well, there we go. That's what you want to have out there. You want to break those hearts of everybody else. That's just that's sports, doggone it. You've probably been in some situation where you might have won some and then might have lost a few games there back in your high school days. With Kenzie gone, what's the percentage of innings that she tossed for you guys this year?
She got majority of the innings, and I believe it was she got 100 and let me see. She got 171 innings.
Wow. You got to replace that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not going to have another Kenzie just being able to step in there. We know that there's a young freshman that's not too shabby at North Desoto. So do you have anybody like that? You got any 5'11" girls that are ready to step in and be the next Kenzie Anderson?
Yes, we got J.C. Sledge, who had the 2 doubles, who was huge in the DP 7-hole. She pitches as well. And then Tessa Lucas, who is a freshman, and Grayson Gamble, who is a freshman. They all 3 got some innings for me this year. And we're looking forward. It's going to be like a pitching staff. They're all 3 very talented, got a lot of room to grow and contribute something different. And so to be able to use a staff and let them work when it's time for them to work is going to be good.
Tiffany Wood has now got so that's 8 state titles, 6 in a row.
Yes.
15 years. So now, that's a pretty good stat that over half the years that you've been doing this, you've been the state champion. That's pretty doggone incredible. What was the final record this year? 37-1?
37-1.
37-1. That's just amazing. What an incredible year, Tiffany. And again, it's like what Tim said earlier. It makes it sound like it's easy. You do it so often, but it gets harder, I would assume, doesn't it, Tiffany, every year?
It gets harder.
Yeah.
They're not easy at all. It gets harder. The pressure comes with it, everything that comes with it, and you still got to go out there and play and perform. Tim and I talked about that. They don't just give it to you. So you got to go out there and you got to earn it, and none of them come easy, and just super proud of these kids and for staying the course and playing our game and coming out on top and able to say, not a lot of people can say they won 1 or 2 state championships, But for these seniors to leave, that have been on there since the 7th grade, to say they've won 6 in a row, that's pretty amazing.
That's pretty crazy. Unbelievable. We were talking about with Tim, 4 out of 5 is, insane. And then you get 6 in a row, and that's just kind of astronomical. And that's why we ask you that question. It just feels like it should be a record, and it is. It's tied the state record for most consecutive state championships in Louisiana High School Athletic Association softball history. That's pretty doggone cool, Tiffany. Happy for you, Greg. I know you mentioned Roy's column, your husband, your kids. Everyone's got to be involved in this.
Yes.
And to have that, and plus the parents, it's a big deal out there on Linwood, and I know that Chad and everyone there is so happy and proud for you. So congratulations, Tiffany, and can't wait to see you try to do it again next year.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and thank you all for having me.
No worries. Always enjoy it.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. Tiffany Wood. Look at that. I didn't call her Tiffany Fraser Wood this time. I know. I'm no longer considering her just Greg's daughter as much as, she's kind of like a grown woman.
Sure.
And now has 9, what did I say again? 8 state titles. Good gosh. And I kind of just said this, and I mean this, what Steve McDowell had at Southwood in girls, where he won 12 state titles, I believe. Not in a row, but 12 in like 16 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dynasty. Don't you have to throw these 2 teams in there, Calvary and North Desoto? Those are dynasties, right?
Sure. Well, yeah, easily.
We
won 6 in a row. You don't have to ask that.
And I think since Southwood, I think this is probably the most dynastic that we've had of any program in any sport. We've had a couple of 2 titles in 3 years. Benton Golf and Bird Golf, I know, had pretty steep runs as well. But in the 3 main or 4 main or whatever, that's pretty impressive, man. 8-17 the time. A lot of those kids are playing college softball too, man. That's the other good thing about this. They're not only generating state championships, they're generating talent and developing it and getting it out to that next level, which is really cool. Look, just in Ruston and Natchitoches and now Fayetteville. Buddy, it's fun.
Georgia pretty soon.
Good stuff. All right, we'll be back with more of the Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City, Louisiana. The Brew Crew. Buddy, they got some manufactured homes like you would not believe. And deals, oh my gosh, deals that even Greg Adams would say that the capitalism is not too great on this thing. The Dakota is on sale. Don't miss out on the Dakota. Right now, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Check it out at Brewer Quality Homes, BrewerHomeCenter.com, 3830 East Texas. Give them a holler, 318-741-1222. Our little radio show also is coming at you courtesy of Morris & DeWitt Injury Lawyers, MorrisDeWitt.com. They were sponsoring something else this weekend. Somebody had some kind of nice celebration for their team, and it was Morris & DeWitt. Thanks, Morris & DeWitt. By the way, sponsoring Colvin show this afternoon, Off Center with Colvin Robertson, brought to you by Morris & DeWitt Injury Lawyers, giving back in this community by making local radio shows, local sporting events, local feel-good events like Greg and GeekCon with the 2nd straight year. Is this 2nd straight year or 3rd? Second straight year that they've been a major sponsor of GeekCon. And we're talking major sponsors. So thank you very much. Trey Morris, Justin DeWitt. They believe in Shreveport. They believe in Bossier. They invest back in them. And organizations like GeekCon with Greg, getting it done. It's pretty cool. MorrisDeWitt.com, MorrisDeWett.com. Check out their 5-star Google reviews. Morris & DeWitt Injury Lawyers. Over 5,000 5-star reviews. And we'll be back right after this. Brewer Quality Homes has been a part of the Tim Fletcher Show for many, many years, and it's one of the favorite things we do on the show is what hemisphere is Donnie Brewer in right now? Where do you think he is?
Where in the world is Donnie Brewer? I'm going to say Argentina.
That's not bad. I was thinking Peru, so we're kind of in the same neighborhood. Yeah.
All right.
Probably some kind of a Peruvian blowfish type antelope that he's on a hunt for.
Did you just combine 2 animals?
No, but Donnie Brewer does.
Okay.
Because that's what he can do.
If anybody can, it's him.
Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City.
Mother's Day, this Sunday. Gifts I needed? Multiple. Time I had? Basically none. Was I stressed? Absolutely. Until I came to Macy's. Because now I'm finding gifts that feel thoughtful. A designer handbag, beautiful fine jewelry, great beauty gift sets that don't need to be wrapped. One trip to Macy's, and it looks like I planned it all along. Hurry in and save on the perfect gift at Macy's Mother's Day sale tomorrow.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Your frozen concoction station is Daiquiri Express. 7 locations, all locally owned and operated. All locally owned and operated by the Johnson family. You'll find them in Shreveport with 4 locations, 1 in Minden, 1 in Blanchard across from Walmart, and in Bossier north of Wimple Road across from Golf Cars of Louisiana on Airline Drive. What a great way to unwind this evening when you get home. Stop by Daiquiri Express, get that frozen concoction, and forget your troubles.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Welcome back, everybody. Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City, Louisiana. The Brew Crew getting the job done as they have for over 50 years. When you're looking at a beautiful brand new manufactured home for $60, $70, $80 a square foot, why would you go anywhere else? Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. Our show also brought to you by Rejuva Me Medical, RejuvaMeMedical.com when it comes to weight loss, low T, nurse practitioner, medical professionals on site to go over your lab work to make sure the plan is right for you, whether you're trying to get down to a serviceable weight there and get back under pre-diabetic limits or whatever it may be. Or if you realize you've lost a little bit of the fastball, fellas, a little of the vroom vroom is gone. Well, recharge. Get testosterone treatment there. Rejuva Me Medical, 318-408-4080. 4801 Line Avenue, right across from the Gucci Brookshires in Piermont Mall, Suite 8. So, Greg, earlier we were talking about the Kentucky Derby. By the way, if you have not seen the video of the perch in the track announcer's lair and with the split screen with the race and then showing the track announcer, it's phenomenal. And, of course, that track announcer, Travis Stone, T-Stone, former Louisiana Downs track announcer. Good dude. And he did a fantastic job. Great Kentucky Derby. Cherie LaVue becomes the first female trainer in Kentucky Derby history to win the Run for the Roses. But, Greg, you said there's something about the wagering that perplexes you, puzzles you?
Well, I was confused on Friday when I went to check out, like, okay, maybe I'll sprinkle a little bit on the ponies.
Okay.
And I couldn't do it from my app. I was like, this is weird. So we actually talked about it, and it's isolated to just one app. It's exclusive, which sounds kind of weird. But then I learned more about how horse betting works.
Oh.
It seems to be the one betting, like sports betting format, where you're not betting against the house. You're betting against the other bettors. And what I learned as I started my autistic deep dive on this, is that these different tracks have on-site betting that goes into, like, your mobile betting. So if you're betting, which is why they keep it isolated to one, so they can have control. So the track has a way for those on site to bet, and they can even call in. I've learned this, too. So those like at whatever what's the stupid name of the stupid track?
Churchill
Down.
I think I know which way this is going now, based on the use of stupid.
Well, at the track, they can place bets at the very last second. And they have agreements with what I can't think of a better word than cartel. They have agreements with these cartels that can place last-second bets. So somebody could have Friday, they're listening to us. Was it Golden Tempo that won?
Golden Tempo, yeah.
It could have been 50-1 Friday morning. And you could have been like, great, I'm in. I love this. You put a little bit down, you go to work, you don't think about it again. You're not watching the Kentucky Derby because it's horse racing and nobody watches it. I don't care what they say online.
19.4 million viewers.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. I mean, logic just says they didn't.
Almost 20 million viewers.
No, that's not. No, more people watch Diego Pavia take snaps in Baltimore than they watch the Kentucky Derby. You forget about it. You hear, Golden Tempo won, and you think, oh man, I put a 50-1 bet down. I just made a bunch of money. And you go to cash out and find out, it's down to like 5-1.
Okay.
Because at that last second, the cartels are allowed to put in massive bets and shift the line. So 90 seconds before the race starts, you could be sitting at 20-1. And then as the race ends, you find out I'm 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened? How does this happen? And it's because at the last second, somebody who has rights and privileges that you don't have as a bettor is undercutting your pie because you then share the winnings, not against you in the house. You don't get the odds against the house and get your payout. You have to split the pie with everyone else who won.
Mm-hmm.
So when that group comes in and drops that big purse right at the end, all of a sudden your winnings getting sliced up in all these different directions. You put money down thinking that you're going to cash out and win big. No, you're just going to get a little bit. We're the ones who put 1 million bets down with 1 second left on the clock because we're allowed to. We're going to get all of that pie. You get the crumbs.
Okay. I can see where you could have a little tinfoil hat situation. Okay. Against that, there are also more wagers being dropped in, the $1 million last-second wagers, on the horses that are not winning, that are not showing, not placing, not a part of the superfecta. So
they're greasing the palm of the track to be able to dilute your bet and take their share of your winnings.
But it all comes out the same way in the end.
Does it, though? Because if I put a bet down on Friday thinking that if I win, I'm going to get $500, and then when I do win, I get $5, that doesn't feel the same.
Well, the odds are.
The odds lock in.
The odds, yeah. I was able to lock in on Golden Tempo at 23-1.
You must have got a nice little boost from your app. Because that's not standard.
And
odds lock in on the horse races.
Well, differently a little bit though, because like what Greg's saying, you're right. You can bet on a horse that's 50-1 with 7 minutes to go in the race before the race starts, and by the time the race starts, it's at 7-1, and that is what you get paid out on, the 7-1, not the 50-1. So yeah, you do. The more people that wager on the horse, the lower the odds get, and that's why there are a lot of handicappers who don't like to give out maybe their certified bona fide picks necessarily, because they know that there's going to be a large number of wagers coming in on that horse because of their opinion on it. So, but the same thing, it's at the last second, and you could also be putting that money in on a losing horse wager bet. And if I were at Louisiana Downs watching a live race, if I'm looking at the monitor, I can look up there and go, okay, with a live clerk in front of me, I could say, okay, they're putting in 2 more horses. I want 2 across the board on number 6. And I would get a last-second wager. And it's not like I'm changing anything. I'm just maybe getting the latest odds that I could. I don't think, in other words, that it's necessarily a big conspiracy in that regard, Greg. Now, do I think that horse racing is completely clean? Are you serious? No.
I mark my words. There will be an investigation into the betting behavior of this year's Kentucky Derby.
I already cashed out. I don't care. Investigate all you want. I turned 8 into 240.
Exactly.
It's great.
Yes. It's, I too enjoyed a profitable Saturday, and so Uncle Reed says, before the field has said you can bet a horse, and the horse may not qualify. So you lose there.
You are able on FanDuel to go in and cancel that bet if they get scratched.
Yeah, I think FanDuel's probably putting a lot behind this because they've got an exclusive partnership here.
Mhm.
So they're probably doing a lot of things that aren't normal or standard for horse racing to be able to make you feel good about it. First taste is free.
Some platforms offer an alternative format where you can lock in your odds at the time of bet. It's similar to traditional sports betting, but I guess not very many of them do this. And if you only can go to one place, then there you go.
Bing, bang, bong. So
I will continue with
I hear you.
50-cent bets on baseball. If I could bet ex-Woba on baseball,
it's coming soon.
By the way, Greg, the second most watched sporting event this year, 2026.
For a few minutes. What are you talking about?
Only behind the Super Bowl.
The
Kentucky Derby.
The lead up to the horse racing is no one needs it. It's just a bunch of nonsense.
It's another race. Give you the Kentucky Oaks. You got the
after the turf race.
Got some nice stories.
I get to hear Eddie Olczyk's opinion on how this race is going to play out. He won a Stanley Cup with the Rangers in '94, so I appreciate.
Got to also hear Jim Furyk's take on who was going to win. Ryder Cup captain.
I don't care.
Are they taking into account like every replay on Twitter? Is that what maybe they're doing?
No, sir. This is for live sporting events, TV viewership. Super Bowl 60.
Wait. Time out. Are they saying for 2026?
Yes.
So they're only including like 3 games?
What? No. It's all there's March Madness, the World Baseball Classic, NFL Draft.
All right, March Madness, nobody's watching on TV. They're all watching on their 4-box app. So we can just remove them. TV ratings don't matter for that anymore. We were doing the same thing with the college football finals. Nobody's watching it on broadcast TV anymore. We're all doing the 4-box aerial cam, all 22 version with Pat McAfee on the sideline. Like, we're not watching it on TV. So, the Super Bowl is, the one thing people still watch on TV. The olds, they watch, the news at 7 or whatever, but...
My brother watches the news every night.
Yeah, the olds do that. They also read these things called newspapers.
And they do take the newspaper.
Which is wild. I
those days. Sorry.
Cannot...
Bring them back.
Sure, if you got, hamsters, bring them back, but, otherwise, we have the internet.
Bring them back.
Look, kill the internet and replace them. I agree, but as long as we still have to deal with the horrors of the internet, I don't need to have 2 horrors.
The Arkansas Democrat Gazette yesterday in Monticello, Arkansas, had every Arkansas Razorback in the minors and their stats, every Arkansas high school kid and their stats in the minor leagues.
Which was produced by somebody not there.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter to me. They have it separated and in a nice little segment that you can keep up with local kids and Razorbacks. No one around here does that. Our local paper doesn't. The Baton Rouge papers don't do it.
Wait, whoa. Breaking news. We have a local paper?
We have 2 of them, sir.
Where? What?
Yes. We have 2 newspapers. And I'm saying the Arkansas Democrat Gazette is still a fully staffed newspaper. They have a full gamut of people. Little Rock and Fayetteville, all that good stuff. And it shows. It's a really good newspaper. How we get into that? Did we do an SEC update or not? We didn't, did we? We did Tiffany. That's right. So, time now for your SEC update. Brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris. Certainly would love to have a cup of coffee with you to discuss your financial game plans, your investment game plans. What is important to you and how do you plan on getting there? If you don't have the plan yet, that's fine. Have a meeting with Bo and tell him this is what's important to me and here's what I've got and here's what I would like to do, but I have no way to get there. Guess what? He'll help you. Come up with a way, a plan. That's what it's all about. The SEC update is a paid advertisement for Bo Harris Wealth Management. It is almost tournament time. in the SEC for softball. It gets underway tomorrow in Lexington, Kentucky. All games on the SEC network. At high noon, it's 14th seeded Auburn against Missouri. You've got 15th seeded Kentucky against 10th seeded Mississippi State. Ole Miss at 6 o'clock versus South Carolina. By the way, the LSU will take on Georgia on Wednesday. Are we carrying that, Greg? The LSU SEC tournament game or not? Yeah. I'm not sure what the schedule is here because the SEC website's horrible. But still, it all gets underway tomorrow in Lexington, and everything is on the SEC network. Of course, we have the last midweek games of the season in college baseball this coming up weekend. This coming up today and tomorrow. And oh, by the way, speaking of college baseball, we've mentioned it every time. Why not mention it one more time? Houghton freshman Christian Turner smoked a 2-run homer to walk off Ole Miss yesterday, a 5-4 Arkansas win in Fayetteville. It was really, really cool. Happy for the young man out of Houghton High School. And it was a no doubt about it. And the reaction, the whole crowd, it's the stuff that you love sports for, man. And that's your SEC update, brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris is a certified financial planner, CFP, certified investment management analyst, SEMA. Securities offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFM, member SIPC. Bo Harris Wealth Management of Conservative Financial is a separate entity from WFAFN. Get in touch with Bo at 318-670-3101, BoHarrisWM.com, located at 223 Fannin in downtown Shreveport. And we'll be back with more of the Brewer Quality Homes Power Hour right after this.
Brewer Quality Homes at 3830 East Texas in Bossier City is absolutely chock full of beautiful brand new homes right now to satisfy your family's needs. Look, man, if you're looking for a fantastic home that's got all the amenities that you're looking for around 60, 70, 80 bucks a square foot, there's one place to go. 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. We all know that everything Donnie touches turns to sold. Check it out yourself. Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
River City's Floors at 3910 Shed Road in Bossier City handles all your flooring needs. Hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl, tile and stone, carpet. Plus, they can repair, restore, install, maintain, and if you've got a business, a large business, they can take care of your commercial service as well. They are River City's Floors, and they bring us our springtime coaches conversations. Kevin Bryan and Company at 3910 Shed Road in Bossier City, River City's Floors in Bossier.
We have the owners of Bobby L. Green Plumbing in with us, Justin Green and Michael Green. How many customers do you think, percentage-wise, have been Bobby L. Green customers for maybe their own second generation or maybe even a third generation of customers?
I would say probably 60 to 75% of our customers are repeat customers whose parents and grandparents have used us for generations, and that's just something that we pride ourselves on, and we want to continue to be the go-to in the community.
You can find Bobby L. Green Plumbing on the web, greenplumbing.com. That's green with an E, plumbing.com.
Your frozen concoction station is Daiquiri Express. 7 locations, all locally owned and operated. All locally owned and operated by the Johnson family. You'll find them in Shreveport with 4 locations, 1 in Minden, 1 in Blanchard across from Walmart, and in Bossier, north of Wimple Road, across from Golf Cars of Louisiana on Airline Drive. What a great way to unwind this evening when you get home. Stop by Daiquiri Express. Get that frozen concoction and forget your troubles.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
And now, welcome back, everybody. Tim Fletcher Show with Greg Adams sitting in for the ailing Rogers Hambone Hampton. Booing Rogers is sick. I'm with you on that. But so Rogers is sick. But we have Greg Adams here. Oh, they're booing Greg. And, of course, Hester is here as well. Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes. The Triple Deuce says, when I go to Hot Springs, I always get the Democrat. Don't really believe in their leanings, but their sports section is fantastic. Yeah, it's a really, really good sports page. Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, Donnie B. and Company, taking care of folks for a long, long time. And, of course, Donnie has used this, the main store there. The success there has generated more and more and more success. Over 40 dealerships now under the umbrella, and it all starts with Brewer Quality Homes. And, of course, with Jessup Homes being manufactured at Donnie's plant in Waco, you know you're going to get the absolute deal of a lifetime on a Jessup home at Brewer Quality Homes. Time now for the LSU update. It's coming at you courtesy of our friends over at Exmark Strength Equipment, who are open for business right now. They are open from 8 to 3, Monday through Friday, 7144 West Park Road, just down the road from where we are here in 71129 country. Bringing you the LSU update. Congratulations to the women's tennis team. Freshman Carolina Cool posted a 3-6, 6-2, 6-4 come-from-behind clinching win. As a result, the 10th-seeded LSU women's tennis team down Rice 4-1 on Sunday afternoon at the LSU Tennis Complex. LSU improves to 21-9, and they will advance to the NCAA Super Regionals for the fourth time in program history, 1995, 2000, and now back-to-back years, last year and this year. Head coach Taylor Fogelman said, it's a great thing for our program to be back-to-back Sweet 16s. Rice really pushed us to the brink today. I worked for Elizabeth Schmidt for 3 years, and she's one of the best coaches in the country at preparing her team, especially this time of year. They challenged us in a lot of different positions, but I thought we handled ourselves well in the business end of some third sets to get over the line. Up next, LSU travels to Charlottesville. They will take on 7th-seeded Virginia in an NCAA Super Regional matchup Saturday, May 9th at noon Central Time. So good luck to the LSU women's tennis team, still in the fight for a national championship as they have advanced to the Sweet 16. And that is your LSU update. It's brought to you by Exmark Strength Equipment, located at 7144 West Park Road, xmarkfitness.com, the letter X, M-A-R-K, fitness.com, Exmark Strength Equipment. Their showroom is open. The store is open at 8 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday until 3. Stop by and take a test spin on one of those Cat 3 or Cat 5 Hurricane Air bikes. Check out their weight racks, their bench sets, their barbells, their dumbbells, and everything in between. Need some more plates for your setup at home? They've got them at Exmark Strength Equipment. Local folks who've been doing this for 25 years. 8:43 the time. Tim Fletcher Show with Greg Adams and Adam Hester. They are so fast and so judgmental, too.
They're not wrong, though.
Oh, buddy, they're dead wrong. Thanks to Walk-Ons for their continued support of our little program. Had Walk-Ons last night. That was my one meal. I forgot to eat lunch. And I was like, man, I am hungry. It's like 5 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I didn't eat any lunch, you big dummy. Oh, boy, I made up for it. Blackened chicken fettuccine Alfredo with a side Caesar salad. Come on. With extra blackened chicken, and it was delicious. I have said it before, and I'll say it again. Some of the best fettuccine Alfredo I've had in this town by far has been found at Walk-Ons. Just so good. Everything they do, outstanding. They don't do it if they don't do it well. And so that's why they do so many things well, because they do so many things. See? Just blew your mind. Walk-Ons on Uri, south of East 70th. Walk-Ons on Airline Drive, north of 220. When the games are on, even if your team's on the wrong end of the scoreboard, it tastes better at Walk-Ons. Always something cooking. Thank goodness it's in the kitchen. Walk-On Sports Bistro, the #1 sports bar in America, according to ESPN, and I tend to believe them. And we'll be back right after this.
There are so many reasons to shop at Chevyland. They are the #1 Chevy dealer in the area, for Pete's sake. But I'm just telling you right now, if you're in the market for a Silverado, that's the place to be. The Silverado LTZ that I'm driving around has everything that I'm looking for. Look, I'm getting older. Maybe I don't drive as well as I used to, which is why I love the front and rear parking sensors, the surround view camera system, all right there in that Silverado LTZ from Chevyland. 7500 Uri Drive in Shreveport. Together, let's drive.
Join us for the 42nd Annual Mudbug Madness Festival, presented by Live Casino and Hotel and powered by Swepco. Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd through 24th. Live music all weekend with Stoney LaRue, Casey Donahue, Dwayne Dupsy, Terrence Simeon, the Chiwis, and more. 3 days, 2 stages, over 30 bands, plus incredible food, art vendors, kids fun, boiled crawfish, and cold drinks. 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Get all the details at mudbugmadness.com. Mudbug Madness 42. Powered by Swepco.
Traffic brought to you by Jack Spring Electric. Online at jackspringelectric.com.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The easiest way to reach us on the show is through the Live Oak Waste text line, 318-GUY-PILE, 318-489-7453. Brought to you by Live Oak Waste, liveoak-environmental.com. If your dumpster hasn't got the Live Oak logo, that's just trash.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, guys. Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes, 3830 East Texas in Bossier City. Our show also coming at you courtesy of Landers Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Go Landers.com, 2701 Bend Road, just south of I-220, underneath the 2,400 square foot American flag. Oh, buddy, it's time for some mayhem in May. What? Yeah. Dropping prices. Keep an eye on Trey. When you see Trey Rogers pop up on social media, there's usually something popping and locking over at Landers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And their mayhem is underway. Plus, they've got transparent pricing. Go on. If your new vehicle is a Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and it doesn't say Landers, you probably paid too stinking much. Go Landers.com, 2701 Benton Road, just south of I-200, I-220, underneath the 2,400 square foot American flag.
Close enough.
Close enough. So, Hester, I was on my way out here today, and I realized that today was the 4th day of the month, and I was like, why hasn't anyone ever tried to do this, make it a Star Wars situation, like call it like May the 4th, and then like, hey, today's May the 4th, be with you. And I told Greg that, and he thought it was fantastic. He came up with one for tomorrow, Revenge of the 5th, and I'll be damned if you look on social media, how many people are saying May the 4th be with you today? Like in that span of time, in 2 hours and 48 minutes, we have generated a buzz. We've gone viral today.
I feel like you did this exact bit last year. Possibly the year before that.
Huh. No, I mean, I thought of it today. It was the first time I ever thought about this.
Okay, Grandpa. Let's get you to bed.
Speaking of, I fell asleep at 8:30 last night with some Nutter Butters in my lap.
Nice.
I was a tired son of a gun.
That is the sign of, like, all right.
I've got a problem.
Yeah.
with a half-empty Fanta sitting next to me. Surprised I wasn't covered in ants. Like carrying me off like little Putians. There you go. There's a literary reference. I'll let you know we're not just dumb jocks on this show.
Do you know Barb lost?
What?
Barb lost the quarterfinal game.
To who?
Dutchtown. Dutchtown with the upset. I did not. I was not here yesterday. I was out of town, but yeah, yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big deal.
Wow.
You sound very upset about that.
That's terrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it's the 2, the 14, the 4, and the 8.
Love it.
Little chaos.
Love it.
We have no local teams left in baseball, right?
No, I think we got wiped out. Benton lost to Destrehan.
Yeah.
Just looking at that bracket right now. Sam
Yep.
Houston is going to be tough to.
Sam Houston's probably the team to beat now.
Probably. Obviously, highest seed and all that, but all we've heard is, they come from that district, how good they
Yep.
are, that kind of thing. I'm sure Zachary is good. The laws dictate they must be.
Select Division 1, all seeds. It's the chalk. Select Division 2, chalk, 1 through 4, which Acadiana Renaissance beat Loyola 2-1 and 6-5. So gut-wrenching losses for Morgan and his crew. Division 3, 1-5, 11 and 2, with Calvary being the upset victim to the 11th-seeded Dunham. So, yeah, that's it. South Louisiana.
North Desoto was Rain, right? Rain beat
Yep.
them. And so
Yep.
that's 1, 5, 3, and 7 in Division 2. Sterlington's still kicking around. Shocking. Sterlington's good at stuff. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in that one. So all higher seeds in that one.
Oh, and Whitman said during the 6 o'clock that Sterlington's moving up to their division next year. So they'll have Sterlington in their softball division. So
okay,
that'll make things interesting.
Sure.
By the way, the Orlando Magic have just fired their head coach.
Oh. Didn't they just have enough rage inside? That's true. He could have learned a few things.
As an 8 seed, took Detroit to the brink. What happened if they beat Detroit yesterday?
Yeah, why did they fire him? What is that about?
I guess with the young talent they've got with Paolo and...
Yeah, but they literally just pushed the number 1 seed to 7 games.
I will say they were up by 30 in Game 6 at home.
Sure.
With a chance to close out the whole thing.
That might have been the one.
And fell apart there, and then
Would you fire the guy after 4 years?
It's NBA
No
basketball.
one's thought of the Magic since
Phil
Dwight Howard?
Dwight, yeah, since Dwight Howard, yeah.
Phil Jackson's not walking through that door. Like it's the NBA. No, these coaches don't matter. They're trying to satiate a fan base. Like, don't let the season ticket guys leave. We got 14 of them here in Orlando. We got to keep all 14 on board.
So you think that each one of the season ticket holders in Orlando represented 1 million viewers of the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, didn't have an answer for that one, did you?
Sir, the NBA is very popular. You can find it on, what's tonight? Is tonight True TV?
Dude, I don't know.
What was it last night you couldn't find,
I am
Greg? Because
definitely
it was baseball
I am definitely
premium.
sick of the splintering of all this for sure.
Peacock Premium, no, Peacock Plus. If you wanted to watch baseball last night, it was Peacock Plus.
Peacock Plus?
Because, the NBA was on Peacock.
Oh, like a separate, like an alternate.
So the NBC,
it's a different thing.
The Sunday night game of the week was on Peacock Plus.
So there's Peacock, which is the one that like you get with your cable
Yeah.
service and stuff. That's like the basic one. Then there's Peacock Plus, which you pay like $9.99 a month for.
I mean, I pay for Peacock as it is.
Okay, but you might pay for Peacock Basic.
I'm not paying for 2 of them.
So you got to pay for Peacock Plus.
But they also told me I couldn't watch wrestling on ESPN if I didn't do that thing, but I can. And I don't have the special one. I've got the one I've always had.
I think they're so splintered, no one knows what.
Yeah.
Who's checking
dude,
up?
I
But
don't-
there you can get the Peacock Premium,
I've never even
which
heard
gives
of
you
it.
the live.
I hit the button to play it last night, and it said, "Do you want to upgrade?" And there are 2 options. There's Peacock Plus, which was like $9.99, and then Peacock Premium, which was like $19.99 a month. But I could also pay for them by the year and save like $4.
A few bucks. Yeah.
So, I did what anyone would do and immediately shut it down and uninstalled it. Because, it sounded like a great idea to have streaming services 5, 6, 7 years ago. Sounds like a great idea. They're all only like $2 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this would be great. And now they're all $25 a piece.
If that,
I love that people
Fubo and Hulu are just. Hulu's now up to like $119 a month if you want a Hulu Live. And
Well,
all
if
that
you got
stuff.
all the subscriptions,
Right.
which,
Right.
Yeah, that's called cable.
Right.
That's-
It's You know, I do the voice ads for Xfinity, and it's cheaper to go back to cable right now.
Just swap back, and
they've got everything that you're looking for. I mean, they really
do like that some people are now figuring out, like, oh, you bought the Lord of the Rings movies through Amazon, so you can watch them whenever you'd like because you bought them.
Well, actually,
we don't have the rights to that anymore.
You
here
still
at Amazon,
paid the
you
full
still paid
price,
for it, but you can't watch it.
You just can't wax.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Because they don't have the rights to it. The rights move around. And so somebody else
So where
gets
can you watch the Lord of the Rings if you wanted to?
Your DVDs or Blu-rays. You better have a full physical media collection.
If you want to go find them on the new one that has the rights, and you want to watch them whenever you want to, you can.
You got to buy them again.
For another price. Where's Luigi?
It's almost like it's a club.
Luigi has a
big club.
It's the same one they used to beat you over the head with.
Stir.
And you ain't in it, and I ain't in it, and he ain't in it.
So there was just the one Luigi. Just one guy.
And I'm the comrade.
Oh no, I'm so done with everything. Dude,
dude, the gas prices on the road.
I'm done with everybody and everything all the time.
Hello. Whew. Something got to give. Oh, by the way, how about this? Tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo at Fuzzy's Taco Shop. It happens to be on Taco Tuesday. Right. And how about $10 Fuzzy's half-yard margaritas? Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Rogers just sprang up.
Rogers is suddenly feeling better. $10 Fuzzy's half-yard margs on Cinco tomorrow at Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Back after this. When you hear this voice, you think of yesteryear, I hope. Grandpa's voice as he unwraps that Werther's and pops it in his mouth, and all of a sudden he's got to talk like this. I'm trying to get you to think of the good times back in the day. Back then, houses were affordable. Now, not so much. Except at Brewer Quality Homes. Grandpa's Werther's and a decent down payment get you a beautiful brand new home. Brewer Quality Homes.
Exmark Strength and Equipment is Louisiana. How much so? They are sponsoring our LSU update every hour at the bottom of the hour. Brought to you by Exmark Strength Equipment. You'll find them on the web at xmarkfitness.com. That's the letter X, markfitness.com. Check them out, their showroom and warehouse at 7144 West Park Road. If you need fitness equipment, you need Exmark Strength Equipment.
Rejuva-Me Medical is changing weight loss with oral GLP-1 medications. No needles, no shots, just a simple tablet starting at $149. RejuvaMeMedical.com. That's ReJuvime Medical.com.
When a drain slows down, it usually doesn't fix itself, and ignoring it just makes things worse. Bobby L. Green has taken care of local families for generations, and we handle plumbing problems the right way. Right now at Bobby L. Green, drain cleaning is just $99 and includes a free video inspection, so you can know exactly what's going on. Restrictions apply. Call for details. One call, one trusted team. Bobby L. Green Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Schedule today at greenplumbing.com.
Call 318-545-6535.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Results may vary.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Tim Fletcher Show with Greg Adams sitting in for the down for right now, Rogers Hampton. And, of course, Hester is here. Power Hour brought to you by Brewer Quality Homes. Saw this earlier where Baseball America was ranking their top prospects in each organization and ranked each organization at their top prospect and how they would be ranked 1 through 30. And I think
Do the Royals have enough to rank?
Do what?
Do the Royals have enough to rank?
Not quite. But the Mariners had Cade Anderson as their number one guy who's already in Double-A, and they said he's just it's silly how he's making hitters look, and I think they put him up into Triple-A already. And Anthony Ianson was right behind him with the Red Sox. Of course, both those cats were on the national championship team for LSU last year, and it made me think, you lose two guys that are two of the top prospects in baseball in pitching. That's going to hurt your chances to
That'll
repeat.
do it. Yeah.
You know, so there's LSU is having to make up for a lot, and that's a lot. Anthony Ianson and Kate Anderson. For our friends in Lafayette, have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed today. And don't forget, May the 4th be with you. You can use that. Trademark Tim Fletcher Show, LLC.
The spirit of Rogers is alive and well.
KWKH, Shreveport, Bossier City, 1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports.
What would it take to convince you that Rogers Hampton had hacked in? Hack it?
It's already a 0% situation. Just based off what you've already said.
How about not even 0.0001% chance that Rogers would be able to hack in and start moving the mouse around on the board over there?
Tim, you remember when you asked him to copy and paste something that one time? All right. You remember how that went?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
So,
I do.
Right. I'm going to assume
that he is not Remy Malek.
Yeah.
What was the name of that show?
Yes.
Mr. Robot. You know he's got an identical twin. The actor does.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, he's got an identical twin. And so they go to the Hollywood parties, and so...
he leases them out to go to things? Or?
Like, hey, you be me tonight. You know,
somebody did used to do that, right?
Mr. Roboto, or what it was, Mr. Robot?
Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Robot.
Didn't somebody do that, for real?
Yeah, there was. And it might be them. But no, someone did that. Where, hey, I don't want
to... Jose, or Ozzy Canseco would show up
for
as Jose to some things, but Jose didn't always know
something got figured out because they were doing multiple shows. Like, wait a minute, you were in Poughkeepsie and San Antonio within 3 hours of each other.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think it was. I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody.
It was something like that. And I know it is on the up and up, but Tom Hanks, if there's
right,
the voice of Woody,
right,
hey, I can't be there to do it. It's for a toy. You pull the string and there's the voice, that kind of stuff. But I can send my brother and get him a few bucks. And so basically, he just goes and does a few things a year and he just gets paid a crazy amount of money for it.
Right.
Because Tom don't want to do all that.
Right.
He can get his brother some cash, so it's good.
So the Malek brothers are at this Hollywood party, okay? And Adam Devine, who I think is funny as can be, part of the Workaholics crew, and this is an important podcast, which I laugh at way too much. He was telling his buddies, Blaze and Durs, he goes, so I go to the after party, and he said, I see Remy Malek. And he goes, we've really hit it off the last couple of times we've been around each other. He goes, I've had a few soda pops. Said I run, I get behind him, and I reach underneath him, and I grab him by the breast, and I squeeze him really hard in the chest from behind, and pick him up off the ground.
Excuse me.
And I put him back down. And the guy turned around and goes, who the hell are you? And he goes, hey, dude, it's me. He goes, what are you doing? Who? I don't know who you. I've never met you. He goes, dude, don't be a jerk. We were talking last week. We were making plans to go fishing together. He goes, oh, you freaking idiot. That's my twin brother. He goes, oh.
Look, that's on the twin. Okay? If
Right.
you're showing up to a Hollywood party and you look exactly like a guy that everyone in this room knows.
That's a very unique looking human being as it is. There's not one other person who looks like him except for his twin brother.
And you turn around and there's the guy from Pitch Perfect.
Right.
The guy from Workaholics, the guy that's from every other commercial on TV right now.
Right.
You
Modern
obviously
Family.
know who this guy. That's a bit. That has to be a bit.
Has to be a bit.
He just turned around and tried to ruin his night just for the laughs. And then when they
Maybe
were driving
so.
home, or it was
or the
what's his
Maliks are
face
weird
himself.
people. Yeah.
It was,
Yeah,
there is no
there's
twin.
also that part.
There is no twin, and he was just doing that to mess with people the whole time. Performance art.
You're right.
Who was it, though, that did the twin caught signing, not singing, signing autographs?
There was, I can't remember exactly what it was.
What was it? Mary Kate and Ashley? No.
Like they didn't time up their schedule or something, and they got caught. I seem to remember this.
I thought it was, I'm not Googling it well, I guess. That's where the new generation will come in handy. You know, these kids are going to know how to Google a lot better than we did.
I think I'll be okay.
That's going to be their thing. Like our generation did nothing better than the generation before us. You know, the baby boomers right before me, and then, of course, the greatest generation. Our generation started the fall of society. Y'all's generation has made it even worse. And this next generation.
How?
Huh? How? Y'all are more the internet generation than we are.
Okay, I was born in 1982. You mean how? What choice do we have?
Just saying, y'all could have stopped it.
The internet's not the total issue. Let's think about that for a second. I didn't do anything.
Every day that goes by, you read the writings of Ted Kaczynski and you say, maybe. I'm not saying the actions, but the writings.
Huh.
I rode my bike growing up. I played outside. Nintendo was a 30-minute evening activity a couple nights a week, maybe. And that was Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Duck Hunt right until the point where you're about to throw your gun into the TV
dog.
at that dog.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I bet today I would still get rage baited by an 8-bit dog. I'm a grown man. I understand what it is. I know everything about this.
Yeah.
But I'm
Ask
still
me about the rage inside
Oh,
of me.
yeah.
It wouldn't take you long to turn on ice hockey, win the gold medal, beat the Soviets, 45
Right.
minutes, an hour.
Oh, you can get in RBI baseball games, 3 of them in 30 minutes.
I love ice hockey, still one of the greatest games ever.
Yes.
And there were 8 countries, I think. Maybe 6 you could pick from. I don't even think it was 8.
See, my problem is that when I think of a hockey game and I think of like the early initial best hockey games, I got to go to the PlayStation. Because one of those first PlayStation hockey games where like you could actually see the guy kind of move. I mean, the graphics are still trash.
Yeah.
But you could actually like have movement. Like
Right.
the first time you touch an articulated action figure versus like that.
Oh, yeah. Ice hockey on NES was basically Pong.
Right.
But you had a little bit more control than Pong, but it was essentially that.
Which hockey game were they using in swingers?
NHL 94.
NHL 94.
That's considered to still be the standard.
Right.
That might be. Hold on. That might be actually what I'm thinking of.
NHL
and that was Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
That might be what I'm.
It's the standard bear. It's the one,
Yeah.
right? That
It is the still universally agreed most loved one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still
Never
referred
mind,
to
sorry.
as this day.
For some reason in my head, I thought that was on PlayStation.
Yeah.
But
Oh, no,
that
'cause
to
I
be
had it on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, so I had a Sega. So yeah, that would have been Sega.
Was that Genesis by that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
and
94?
then,
Yeah.
Yep, it would have been Sega Genesis, and then they would have also had the Sega CD.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that was the
Sega
32X.
Sega Saturn was in there somewhere.
Yeah, Sega Saturn came later,
Yeah.
but I had the 32X as well.
Okay.
Which was a device that you plugged into your Sega Genesis.
Yes.
That
And
then
you
took it up to 32
upgraded the bits, yeah.
And there were only certain games that you could put into that, but you couldn't play those games on a regular Sega. So it's sort of like streaming on Peacock, where you can have the basic one. But
Remember Game Genie?
Yep. Game Genie and the Nintendo Power magazine, where
Yeah.
you got the Game Genie, but this is a brand new game. You might not have the
don't
codes
have the
for
codes.
this new Sonic and Knuckles.
You
So
could
you can-
you put the Game Genie into the system and then
Yep.
the game into the Game Genie, right?
Yep.
And then it would give you whatever the codes were to unlock things.
Well, there were still some codes you needed with the Game Genie.
Along with it, yeah.
Yeah, so you couldn't. You
But
couldn't
how
just
much
put it
fun
in.
is that, though? I mean,
Tremendous fun.
Exactly.
Putting God mode on there.
Right.
Oh, that was so good. All the levels that you could never play. Yeah, I mean, I'm 8 years old. I can only get through half this game.
Right.
And then you put God mode on, and I'm seeing levels I've never seen before. I'm in a whole part of this game that didn't exist.
Remember you stumbled into things sometimes on those games? Like the Mario game where you
went backwards.
You jump up on top of the screen and you could find the warp
You
zone.
run all the way down the
Yes.
basement, and then you get to the other side, and you go ahead like 4 levels.
Dude, what? Hold on a second.
Without the internet back in the day, I wonder how that news got out. Because it's like one
That's a good
designer,
question.
somebody in there
Yeah.
figured it out. I mean, Nintendo Power had a lot of that stuff,
And
but
then
they didn't have
game and there was like Electronic Gaming Monthly. Was that it?
Yeah, there was. Oh, there were
a couple of
there were
those.
Way too
Yeah.
many. But I only had a subscription, I think, to Nintendo Power.
I would see them at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Occasionally, just get one.
And they were smart about it. They'd put them on like the lower shelves, so we could access them.
Mommy.
Yeah.
And I've talked about it before on here. Still, like the most awesome, coolest video game moment for me ever was not knowing necessarily when games were coming out back then, and being at the mall. There's a line coming out of Aladdin's castle, like stretching out of Aladdin's castle. It's like, what is possibly going on in there? And they had put the cabinet at the very front of the store, and people were lining up to play Mortal Kombat 2.
Yep, there you go.
And I didn't know there was a Mortal Kombat 2 coming because I was the right age to not, and I was like, oh my God. And I it was with Grandma. I know we're not standing in line to play Mortal Kombat 2, but I kind of looked over and I was like, that dude's playing as Reptile. That dude is Reptile in the game, not the unlocked you can fight Reptile. You are playing as Reptile.
I grew up with an older cousin in the house. So he like 10 years older than me. So in high school, connected to people, knows when a game is coming out because he's reading those magazines and stuff. So I would come home from school and suddenly there would just be Mortal Kombat 2 being played on the big TV in the living room. And I am there.
Isn't that amazing?
And he's gonna just destroy me every time we play, and he's enjoying every minute of it.
Care.
Right.
Don't care.
Right.
Don't care.
There was another one, Toys R Us, which we've still not recovered as a nation since the end of Toys R Us. But the one
that
over
seems to be the point where we started really.
It's on the timeline.
Yeah.
And there was the one over by what was South Park Mall, which is now a church, which will soon not be a church,
right?
Because they're selling it. The poster for Super Mario Brothers 3 with him in the raccoon
tail.
with
Like,
the yellow,
why is he doing that? This
the
doesn't
yellow
make sense.
poster, and you're like, I don't know what's happening here, but I need to know more because I didn't know that was coming. Like, yeah, I just missed that element of surprise and things, like legit excitement because you see that and you didn't know what was happening.
The only other version of that I can think of is going into like Horizon Video or the video rental stores where they had a game section. And you didn't know what the new games coming out were, and you walked in there and they had like just arrived, and you see the cover of a game,
or
you didn't know about
or the coming soon. Right? It would be like, wow,
tell me more.
And same thing with movies back in the day. That's
sure.
gonna, wow.
Oh, movie trailer, dude. My life at the point I saw the trailer for Ghostbusters 2 as a whatever-year-old I was at the theater, and I'm like, how do we not how do we find out more about what's happening here?
Right.
Like, I remember having to go to school very shortly after seeing the Ghostbusters 2 trailer in the theaters, and we had to do a book report, and they handed us a sheet of paper. It's like, I'm gonna do mine about Ghostbusters 2. And they're like, hey, that's not a book. Two, not a film you've seen, and no one has actually, because there was a trailer for it. It's been out like months from that point.
I saw 2 minutes of the trailer.
Like, I'm good.
All right,
we be fast and they be slow. I saw the thing. That's all I need. I don't really need anything else.
This is what I was just curious about because I thought about that. Like, yeah, I do remember seeing that trailer. What would I have gone to the theater to see? So I just had to look up what.
Okay. I can probably remember.
There were 2 movies that it played in front of that holiday season.
Okay.
Karate Kid Part 3 and The Little Mermaid.
I don't think it would have been one of those.
That's according to the internet.
I wonder if I saw it
I was
after
at Little
the
Mermaid with
initial
Sid.
Release. What year was it?
This would have been in the holiday season of 89.
That seems
that
about
was it. She was born in 91.
89 is right. But I don't think I saw either one of those in the theater.
I can almost guarantee that I saw both of those in the theater.
Karate Kid 3.
I never saw Karate Kid 3 ever.
I have seen Karate Kid 3 450 times, but all on HBO in the summers, in between school years, and like that being that age. Mike Barnes is still the best character in any of the Karate Kid movies, but I don't think I saw that in the theater, and I didn't see Little Mermaid either. I wonder if that was the initial release.
That might have been, yeah, because obviously they had a long time before. They didn't just run
89.
one.
I remember seeing Back to the Future 3 in theaters, but I don't think that was that one either.
Yeah, what else was? When did Turtles 2 come out?
I definitely saw that in the theater.
Because that's the first movie that I can
Wait,
really remember.
They're gonna dump
like,
sludge on Shredder, and he becomes Super Shredder.
Vividly remember that movie in theater.
And former GeekCon guest Kevin Nash as Super Shredder, by the way.
Well, that was released in '91.
Okay, so that wouldn't.
Have been it. But yeah,
I miss this era of things.
I
so
vividly remember going to the Charlevoix Cinema 2. They had posters of Abbott and Costello all over the lobby. They had the old school popcorn machine that had like wheels on it. It was such a small theater. There were only like 2 or 3 screens in it. It was right on downtown, like the back.
Those are the best.
If you would have
Quail
left,
Creek was like that.
If you would have walked out the back, Round Lake and Lake Charlevoix were right there. If you came out the front and walked down to the bridge, you would see Lake Michigan. Like it was so well set. And I think it ended up burning down. Because they have Charlevoix Cinema 3 now, which is nothing like that. It's like your
it's terrible.
It's your typical
right.
But I do remember going in there, watching TMNT 2, and then walking directly across and going to the Village Inn Pizza and getting a pizza after watching TMNT 2, and life peaked then.
Perfect.
That's a good day right there.
Remember AMC Theater in St. Vincent Mall?
Yeah.
There was 4, maybe 6 screens.
I think it was 4.
It was, but they had, like you were talking about Abbott Costello, they had 4, maybe 5 faces in there. John Wayne was one of them. Probably like, it was all guys from that era, but it was like the golden generation of film type stuff, all decorated in there. And I miss an AMC theater because they had Bossier as well. Bossier and St. Vincent both had those. And
it felt cool going to the St. Vincent because it felt like you're going into a club because it was back and it was dark.
The way that it was
really
designed,
dark.
yeah, for sure.
You felt like you're going to the bowels of the mall or whatever, and it was just awesome. Eastgate was the same thing. I loved going to theaters there.
Oh, Eastgate was great too because that's where Chuck E. Cheese once was next to it. I think
you're right.
It went back into where the theater was. And it was like a courtyard.
Yeah.
Now it's a whatever stage. I don't know. But I remember going and seeing Back to the Future 3, Pistol, the Pete Maravich story. Maybe like in the same week or something. Like maybe even like back to back days or something. Remember the thing like life does not top seeing movies on consecutive days at this theater. Like this is the greatest. But because they didn't have the South Park Mall Theater until a little bit later in life, Regal Cinemas opened up something there. So it was Bossier, St. Vincent, Eastgate. St. Vincent being the one that we probably went to the most. But I remember seeing those 2 movies, and maybe Kindergarten Cop also, all at Eastgate.
I do remember seeing Kindergarten Cop in theater.
I definitely remember seeing that in theater. I think it was at Eastgate.
I think that was the first time in my life I can remember going to school immediately after, and like the first verbal stim from a movie that like an entire class of 3rd graders was all saying, "It's not a tumor."
Yeah. Oh yeah, I won an award for that.
We did. Yeah, you said something about it somewhere.
In the group text.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a skit in the talent show. Jacob was in it. And like a 5th grade girl, I think her name was Jamie, and I was in 4th grade, and I could do an Arnold impression, and so we like did a little chunk of the movie. Jacob didn't say a word, by the way, just completely silent, no lines. You have no lines, just nod. But I was Arnold, and she was the girl who needed the overalls cut, like that. We did the whole skit; it was beautiful. I definitely remember going to school after seeing the Ghostbusters 2 trailer and being like, guys, y'all ain't gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. Like you had information from like
from the front.
Like what are you talking
I've seen the future.
No, man, you're lying. I was like, no, man, I'm telling you.
No, this is real.
I'm telling you, the ghost pops up on the end. He's got the red bar across him, and he throws out a hand, and it's 2 fingers. There's part 2. It's coming.
There's a second one.
Like you're not gonna.
Who told you that? Your
come
uncle?
On, dude, you're lying. No, I'm telling you,
cousin.
it's
Your
real.
cousin works there.
It's real. I saw it with my own eyes. Oh God, what a better time that was.
See, I enjoy the movies. Love the movies. Maybe because I don't have a great memory of them, because the first movie I went to in the theater was Herbie the Love Bug.
Yeah.
And Herbie goes off the cliff, and I cried my eyes out as a 4-year-old or whatever.
That's what they do.
And my brothers taunted me forever about crying.
You got a squirt?
Herbie the Love Bug. And so I've always been like, well, I guess I don't need to remember anything about a movie ever again.
It's not Wednesday yet.
Oh, that's
Wednesday's coming. That's your earliest memory, though, is Herbie the Love Bug?
Herbie the Love Bug was the first movie I saw in the theater.
Greg, what's the earliest memory in a theater for you?
So, like, I know... Man, the only one that I really remember, like, watching all the way through was that TMNT movie, but I know that I was there before that.
Because you would have been a little older when that came out. Not a little older, what, 7-ish?
Yeah. No, not quite.
Not quite?
Okay. But I know that, like, I remember going to a lot of the Disney movies prior to that, but I don't, like, have a memory that I can visually see until TMNT.
Okay.
But, like, I remember parts of, like, the lobby and the popcorn and, like, going to Burger King. I remember, like, a lot of that. But, I probably fell asleep during some of those, Disney movies. But, yeah, TMNT 2 is the first one that I really, like, vividly remember. Super Shredder, and, like, my little brain exploded and oozed out.
I don't know how they're going to top this.
I seized out on the floor for a little bit and then came to.
So... Top Gun was 86, right?
That sounds...
'Cause I think it's 40 years this year. I think that's why they're doing the re-release.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense, yeah.
So, but Rocky IV was 85. And I'm telling you, as clear as day, that was holiday season 85. So I was 3 years old. Which, first of all, I was in the theater watching this.
Here.
No.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Piccadilly's on your left when you're walking back to the parking lot, right? Because it's still there.
Yeah.
Walking out that door to the car and shadow boxing.
See, those are the things, like, I remember pieces
3 years
of.
old. I remember it.
I remember pieces of going to the theater for movies, but I don't remember, like, watching the movie until Turtles. That's the one that I remember.
I can still remember where I was crying at Herbie's.
So that one really landed.
And I remember we were about the fourth row in those seats at the, it's called the Dixie Theater back then. In Monticello, you sat down, and it was like wooden with a little, velvety seats and everything. And I was all set to roll, and I was,
I've watched, I would say, hundreds of movies in theaters in my life.
Sure.
I can't remember all of them. So,
No.
like, I can't. There are very few that I remember, like, specific things.
That's just my
surrounding.
earliest one I can remember.
And
surely it was the first one. It was 3. But.
Yeah, like the earliest that I remember there. But I've seen dozens of movies after that I have no. Like, I know I went and watched a movie.
From 1979 to 1983, I saw every movie known to man in the Monticello Theater, but we had a balcony, and my high school girlfriend and I would just go up there and it'd be Makeout City for the entire time. And it would be 5 couples in different parts of the balcony because the film center, the film projector was in between the 2 sections of the balcony. So you'd have 2 or 3 guys and their girlfriends over here, 2 or 3 guys and their girlfriends over here, making out like our plane's going down for an entire 2 hours. So I remember one time, the movie 1941.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, it's Belushi and Aykroyd.
Yeah.
It was
a great cast.
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to try to watch it, and it was gotten boring after about 10 minutes. And I just remember, like, 2 hours later, we were just both a mess.
Sure.
I said, this is what movie-going is supposed to be like.
1989, Joy Cinema 7, a theater that is long gone at this point. The babysitter takes us to watch No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan, where he wrestles, of course, Zeus. Tiny Zeus Lister.
R.I.P.
Yes, rest in peace. The movie ends before the movie that my parents are watching has ended, so the babysitter takes us into the theater, drops us back off to the parents. And as a 7-year-old, I was treated to the last hour, 30 minutes or whatever of Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child.
Yes.
And at 7 years old, hey, man, I can rock with Jason. He doesn't talk. This dude's talking to people.
And you. Breaking the fourth wall at that point.
Right.
This dude's got a knife on his hand, and he's talking. I don't know about this.
Yep, my first experience with that didn't happen in a theater, though. Tim Curry, legend.
Right.
For some reason, ABC Network thought that Stephen King's It,
I remember that
miniseries on TV,
right,
was just great to throw on.
Salem's Lot too
at like 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yes.
Grew up in Eastern time zone. So, like, yeah, sure. That's just on TV. And I do remember watching that.
Salem's Lot was like for us in our era in middle school and high school, and it came on, and you're like, okay, so now they're tapping on the windows to get in?
And, of course, that was in between different made-for-television movies about nuclear holocaust.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Which everybody was like,
Day
hey,
after tomorrow.
right around the corner. That's
We're either
good.
going to be victimized by vampires or the world's coming to an end. War Eagle says, I remember having to get movie times and having to listen to every movie to get to the one you wanted. And the best part of the movies back in the day was the new movie premieres before the feature. Because
Oh, of course.
You didn't, there was, like you said, there's no way to know about this.
It was like a window literally into the future. You
Yes.
didn't know that stuff was coming. That was also a great part of the paper. When you would go look for the movie times, and they would pay, some of the production companies would pay for the larger photo of the theater, whichever one. And so you'd get like maybe the face of Hulk Hogan in No Holds Barred instead of just tiny print of No Holds Barred.
Right, right.
You know, like, I really do. I enjoyed that.
I remember the in the newspaper version.
Yeah.
And we had a theater in Charlevoix was the good one. Boyne City was a very small one, but they did free popcorn Tuesdays, so that's where you went to like see some movies. That was really close. But then Petoskey had the big like 8-screen cinema, like that was so you would get into the paper and you would see what's in Charlevoix and Boyne City, like what's releasing this week. There'd only be 3 new movies coming out. You just got whatever of those.
Yeah.
But if it was the one that you wanted and it's in Petoskey, or if it's starting at a bad time locally, but it's at the right time in Petoskey, the rage inside me when I would see that and know that I'm not going to be able to go to that theater, I have to choose now from this. It would be like, I remember like getting so hot that paper could have combusted in my hands over dealing with that multiple times. I want to say it was what was that movie they did? It was like it looked a lot like Toy Story, but it was like soldiers.
Toy Soldiers. No.
Small Soldiers?
Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
Where it was like the real guys and the action figures come to life. Yeah.
And that was one that we were like, we are going to this. Like,
Tommy Lee
this
Jones.
is going to be our movie.
Tommy Lee Jones.
And
the voice of the bad toy. Yeah.
And it's not coming to our theater. It's going to play in Petoskey. And like, what do we have? Oh, we got like Love Actually or something like that. Like, great. Awesome. Can't wait for that.
A fine film.
10% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way, for No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan. I'm actually surprised it's in the double digits, but at the same time, I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes has to say.
Coach Ab says November '85, St. Vincent Mall, Rocky IV. I left the theater, went straight to disc jockey, bought The Rock for soundtrack, and then went and cut 19 pounds for wrestling.
See, that's the stuff that's not happening now.
Yep. Nope.
Now kids watch the Euphoria and they want to do the drugs.
Yeah, well, I got to be
Well,
honest.
buy
In
the soundtrack.
'85, there were also people buying soundtracks and doing drugs.
Sure.
What? Sure. Sir, not in Monticello.
Leaving the
Arkansas.
theater to go buy the soundtrack is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, FYE and Sam Goody were the two that were right by the theater.
I would have probably done that for Any Given Sunday because it had the speech on the CD.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that. I might
Yeah.
actually go pick that up.
I don't, because that was Bossier Mall, the AMC there before it shut down.
Mm.
I don't know if I would have gone and done it immediately because it was probably a late movie. But the next day I would have been at the mall looking for that, without question.
Trying to look up. So the other big movie memory I have is, since it is Star Wars Day, getting left at the mall, the Grand Traverse Mall, to watch Episode 1. And we knew we were going to be left there for a long time, so we were able to watch a second movie.
Okay.
And I'm
I've done that a
trying to
couple
remember
times,
what movie had the hubris to open against Star Wars Episode 1.
That's a tough one.
But I'm thinking about it now as I'm looking at this. It might not have been a movie that was released the same week. I think what we did is we double dipped Episode 1 and The Matrix.
Okay.
In the same day.
Wow.
And
That's
I
all
don't
good.
think that sucked.
No.
Except for the fact that inside the theater for The Matrix, we weren't the only ones with the idea, so there were a lot of just fluorescent glows of lightsabers just in the theater.
The Episode 1 stuff was awesome with all the tie-ins to the restaurants and Taco Bell and Pizza Hut and all.
And
yeah.
that was the great thing about seeing it at the Grand Traverse Mall is as soon as you walked out to the food court, it was like Tatooine.
Yeah,
like
it was
everything is logoed. And who was it that had the cups with the pod racers on the top?
It was all of them. KFC had them, Taco Bell had them, and Pizza Hut had them.
Okay.
And they had different characters in each one.
So I think they must have had a KFC and a Taco Bell.
Yeah, it was all that
in
company,
the food court.
Yeah,
Yum Brands or whatever they're
because
called.
Pepsi had the tie-in as well.
I remember having the Anakin one.
Oh, my dad threw them all away whenever they moved.
I totally. Those are gone.
Not thrilled with that.
Buried in a backyard somewhere.
2 different times. One of them, Mortal Kombat, the initial one that was released in theaters, South Park Mall. Went and watched it with a group of friends, probably like at 7:30. And then walk out of the theater, another group of friends walking in. Hey, man, we're going to see Mortal Kombat. All right, cool. Let me go get on the payphone. Hey, Dad, I'm going to go see the movie again with a different group of friends. Is that cool? Yeah, I don't care. All right, great. So back-to-back Mortal Kombats. And then much, much, much later, different era of time, Dark Knight doing that. But with go in and seeing the midnight show and then be like, there's a 3 a.m.
Yep.
That's the most amazing movie I've ever seen, if I'm only counting the last couple of weeks here. But I'm gonna go see that again.
Doing the Star Wars again. Kingston Theater in Sheboygan. That was the first one I went to that had a balcony. Our radio station had given free tickets away all week to the premiere of Episode 3, which was on like a Wednesday night.
It was
Wednesday
they
midnight.
were trying to break the record or whatever.
And then they did the overnight showings. And they leading up to it, it was like 1 and 2. So starting at like noon, they ran 1. Then they ran 2. Yeah. Then at midnight, they ran 3. And then they started it again overnight. And so I was doing mornings. So I did mornings and stayed at the station like all day because why am I going to go home if I got this live broadcast later tonight? Went to the theater, watched the movie from the balcony, thought that it was the greatest thing I ever saw, and then hey, I gotta go to work in like an hour and a half or 2 hours. I'm just gonna stay here and watch episode 1. And it was like the credits roll as soon as it ends. Next one is going.
Yep.
Lights didn't even come up. And they just rolled. And that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. We're never gonna see that again.
No, probably not.
We got this. Go watch it on streaming if you can.
Peacock Premium Plus.
Yeah, pay your double plus.
You're gonna have you just insert coins into the.
Yes.
When your
your
Neuralink's gonna hit and it's gonna just scan
well,
your
yeah,
face
there's
from
that
the
part.
box.
And it's gonna play a memory of what the movie was in your mind.
No, you're gonna think of a movie. It's gonna automatically charge you for it, put it on your TV, and then your bank account just gets deducted.
Aren't they doing a re-release of a Star Wars pretty soon? 50th.
Oh, they really that would be next year, right? 77.
Yep. I think they are doing that. Yeah.
That would just make too much sense. There's too much money to be had.
Oh, dude, I went and saw episode 3 last year.
Printing
and
money.
It was awesome.
Printing money at that.
It was last, maybe the last, or was it? No, it was an anniversary year last year, I guess, for episode 3 of some type.
What was 6? So that would have been 25 for them because it was 99.
It was episode 3.
Oh, 3 would have been. Well, that would have came. So that might have been 20.
What year was that?
No, that wouldn't. That couldn't have been. Yeah, maybe it was 20. 06?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So maybe it wasn't. Yeah, I know it wasn't terribly long ago when we went and saw it.
Yeah, because I would have only
And
been
it was
working in
awesome.
Sheboygan.
It was so good.
What year did? I'm glad that we really dove down.
Oh yeah, 9 o'clock free for all.
There we go.
People can get over it. It's fine. A is 7, Guardians 1.
It took me even a second to understand what he said. Yeah. I'm like, what does that have to do with 2006 Star Wars episode?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We do have a Star Wars movie in theaters here in a few weeks, right?
Yes.
The Mandalorian movie.
Oh, wow. Wait.
Yeah, it's like soon.
It's this month.
Yeah.
Oh, I have not paid that much
The
attention.
Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary released 2025. So that was 20 years last year. That was 20 years ago last year.
Episode 3 would have been 2005. So that,
yeah.
Wow.
So that's what that was last year.
Man.
Yeah. Your back just hurts now.
Oh.
Just thinking about it, your back. You have back pain.
Oh, I was actually thinking about I've been doing this for 20 years.
You know what I watched recently? Tim brings up a lot because he's trying to get David Naughton to GeekCon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
American Werewolf in London was on Swimaguli a few weeks ago. And I realized that's probably the first time I'd ever actually seen it.
Really?
Yeah. Like you think you've seen it and you watch, you're like, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
Oh, because it most people I don't think have ever or remember at least the first half of the movie where it's like a completely different genre of movie.
It's John Landis, so from back in those days, he always was kind of doing some different things.
And then all of a sudden, midway through the movie, it's like, now we hit the handbrake.
Right.
We have lost cabin pressure.
Yes, it is on like Donkey
He's talking
Kong.
to that dude who I think is a zombie.
It got crazy.
What's happening with his hand?
I love that movie when it came out. It was really, and it was like by far for us the best werewolf transition we've ever seen.
It's 2026, and it
It
still
might be
is
great.
the best.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. All right.
So get David Naughton here is all Tim's asking.
That's all I've ever asked.
We've had this conversation. I tried this year. Like, I went down to the wire. Unfortunately, I tripped over that wire and face planted in getting it done.
And it was connected to a landmine.
The people are asking, are we in a slowdown period as far as guest announcements go? Because there has been a lot.
And, yeah, we've got a couple of things, a couple of loose ends to tie up.
Okay.
But we are mostly done. You're not going to see anything coming over the top of, like...
Over the top. Wait.
Nope, there's not a hint. I'm just saying, like, we're not going to see anything that outdoes what we've already done. We're just going to have some. We're going to round out the edges on some of the things. Like we've been fighting to get a wrestler on this.
Yeah. People do get angry when there's not. A wrestler.
And they have been. Apparently, David Arquette being WCW World Heavyweight Champion, not good enough.
Big gold belt.
I had a conversation about one this weekend that might work.
Okay.
We got a couple other irons in the fire on that, but realistically, like we have been told no.
Yeah.
More this year than we've been told no more this year than the COVID year.
Wow.
Which is wild.
People are busy, I guess. You know, more shows.
More shows.
Yeah.
We are up against.
You mentioned that before that there's so many more shows now.
We got so many our weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And if we would have been the following weekend, we would have had actually even more.
Yeah.
If we would have been one weekend ahead, there would have been the same amount, but they would have been closer to us. So
and there's a couple of cons nearish us who are also announcing just tons of guests.
And we have an issue this year because of the soon-to-be-canceled World Cup. Fan Expo Dallas has had to adjust their dates. They're not happening in their normal time. They're coming closer to us, and they're going to be after us. So
and there is a particular guest they have announced that is a high dollar amount that I'm still kind of thinking about. Because how many times is that guy got to be close?
I don't know.
Freedom!
Oh, yeah. That has not gone over well in some of their markets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's been bad.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking about giving him my portion.
Oh, you won't be alone.
Yeah.
But it just, the online reaction has not been, and some of the vendor reaction, too. There's
difficult to deal with, or?
No.
The previous stuff?
Yeah. Some of the lingering things still, even though he was right about a little bit of it, there's still some lingering things that people are sore on. And so when he comes up, they have a guttural reaction to it, and some of them are actually voting with their money and saying, we're not doing the show then.
I'll pay twice.
Yeah, all right.
Because that's still Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
And that's still Lethal Weapon 2. And that's still Braveheart. I just love him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot on that plate. He could have a long career doing this if this is going to be the direction that he has to go moving forward. But we'll see what happens after this initial run with Fan Expo.
Yeah. Interesting.
9:38 the time. We'll do an SEC update when we come back. Of the happy hour. Daiquiri Express. 6, 7. The 7. See, I came up with that as well as May the 4th be with you today. 7 locations from Minden to Nobo to 4 in Shreveport and 1 right there in Blanchard across from Walmart. All featuring frozen concoctions that are going to make the Monday just taste better. Sneak one into the movie theater. Why not? Who's stopping you? The rats? Come on. Hey, what? What?
I'll still go. I don't care.
I don't care either. Yeah. I finally have someone to talk to.
I'm going to go see Top Gun and Top Gun 2 next week because they're being re-released in theaters.
Going to do back-to-back? Are they double featuring them?
Different nights.
Oh.
But I can't be doing double features at this stage.
Did you ever see the second one in the theater?
I never did.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you got to go see that.
Because they're re-releasing, and I will not watch it at home. I have to see it on screen. I am going next week.
9:40 the time. We'll be back right after this.
There's a lot of options out there for testosterone, and some are legit and some aren't. If you're injecting something into your body, you need to feel comfortable with your provider. At Rejuvame, it's their job to make sure you're comfortable every step of the way. Rejuvame's nurse practitioner will make recommendations based on your testosterone levels. It's not a one-size-fits-all process. Rejuvame partners with you to do it right. Rejuvi Medical, not just online, they are down the street. RejuvameMedical.com. That's REJUVIME Medical.com.
Are you familiar with Sports Cards of Louisiana, Shreveport Bossier's premier sports card and TCG store? That's right. Buy, sell, trade sports cards, Magic, and Pokemon. They're a Topps Direct MVP account, Topps Buyback Redemption Program, Play Pokemon store. They're a Fanatics Collect Direct Submission Shop, games, workshops, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, paints, and supply. Magic the Gathering Friday every single week. They have Commander Night plus Pokemon Play on Sundays at Sports Cards of Louisiana, 3000 North Market Street, Suite 178.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports. Powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Advance giving for Give for Good is now open. Go to giveforgoodnla.org, schedule your donations, and check out all at one time. And every donation makes a difference. So visit giveforgoodnla.org now through May 5th, led by the Community Foundation of North Louisiana.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Woodscapes, and Super Deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either, because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well,
Trying to find a needle in a haystack? Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. How much do I love my Silverado LTZ 1500 Texas Edition? Well, almost too much to squeeze inside just 30 seconds. Could it be because of the wireless device charging? That's absolutely a big deal because my iPhone is kind of busted up where the charger goes, so I just stick it where the wireless device charger goes, and boom, my phone gets charged so quickly. There's so many cool things. Even the little things make it great. Silverado from Chevyland. Together, let's drive.
Morse & DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. They know and have experience with the best doctors and experts in their fields to provide the best care. If you or a loved one are injured, it is extremely important to choose the right lawyer. To see what they've done for others or to schedule a free consultation, visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417189. Results may vary.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for sports.
Welcome back, guys. It's 9:46. It's Monday. May the 4th be with you. J-Bo says, saw original Star Wars at the drive-in. They showed it on the screens all the time there for little kids. Scared the crap out of me. That's where Bossier Mall is now. My first drive-in movie was Jaws as a 9-year-old. So, yeah, thanks, Big Al's cousin. Time now for an SEC update brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris knows. All right, so we typically do the SEC update at the top of the hour. Well, we have Esther around here. We start talking. We go down a rabbit hole. Our plans change. But guess who's right here to get us back on track? Bo Harris Wealth Management. That's what he does with your investment goals, your financial goals. Yeah, life's going to throw you a couple of curveballs. You may go down this track or go down that one and take a little dido here or there. But you want to get back on the path to where you want to be, and that's exactly what Bo Harris Wealth Management does. So it's only fitting that our SEC update is brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. All right. So, the Texas Longhorns have been kind of a little bit of a tear in getting running backs, haven't they? Well, they just picked up the number 4 running back in the 2027 class out of Chandler, Arizona, Noah Roberts. They've already gotten the top wide receiver in the class in Easton Royal, even though, of course, he's still up for grabs because it's college sports now. There is no rhyme nor reason to this on when you can stop recruiting them. One thing that we apparently are aware of now, thanks to Joseph Goodman at AL.com, we don't want the SEC championship game anymore. According to Goodman, nearly 500 readers participated in a survey that they posted over the weekend. Should the SEC championship game be preserved? Out of 492 responses, 61.8% said no, 38.2% said yes. Again, it's a moneymaker. It's helped out teams in the past get into the BCS, higher ranked BCS bowl game, to get into the college football playoff. I agree this probably lived past its due date Greg, are you in favor of the conference championship games or not in college football now that we've got the expanded playoff and all this mess?
I think the SEC should continue to do it, but I think the Big Ten can probably drop it.
So that tells you he thinks that the conference championship games are kind of a moot point at this point. We'll see. We have 2 more weeks of SEC baseball play. And right now it's Georgia's to lose. They have a 2.5 game lead over everybody. And then some. Texas and Texas A&M, because they had that 1 game rained out, have had kind of a little bit of an off-kilter schedule. They played 1 fewer game. And so Georgia 18-6, A&M and Texas 15-8, 2.5 back. Auburn, Mississippi State 4 games back. Alabama, Florida, and Arkansas are all 5 games back. And it's weird that each one, if there's a tie for the 6th spot, the top 8 teams get a day off in the SEC tournament. And right now, Alabama, Florida, Arkansas are all tied for 6th, which makes them the 6th, 7th, and 8th place teams right now, a game ahead of Ole Miss, Oklahoma as well. But Alabama, Arkansas, Florida have all swept each other. I can't remember the combination, but I think Arkansas swept Alabama, got swept by Florida, who got swept by Alabama. And so there's no tiebreaker between those 3 teams right now, which is pretty funny. And that's your SEC update, brought to you by Bo Harris Wealth Management. Bo Harris is a certified financial planner, CFP, certified investment management analyst, CMA, CIMA, good grief. Securities offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Bo Harris Wealth Management of Conservant Financial is a separate entity from WFAFN. Bo Harris can be found at boharriswm.com, 223 Fannin in downtown Shreveport, and give him a call at 318-670-3101, 318-670-3101. And we'll be back right after this.
Whether you're looking for that hotshot prospect in Bowman Chrome, or maybe that established star with any of the Panini products coming out for the NFL, or maybe Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, and those Upper Deck Goodwin Champions cards that are out there, Sports Cards of Louisiana has something for everybody, plus Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. 3000 North Market Street, Suite 178 on the north side of Brookshire. It's Sports Cards of Louisiana, 318-671-4991.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. They know and have experience with the best doctors and experts in their fields to provide the best care. If you or a loved one are injured, it is extremely important to choose the right lawyer. To see what they've done for others or to schedule a free consultation, visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417189. Results may vary.
Looking for reliable electrical services? Look no further than Jack Spring Electric. From industrial to commercial to residential needs, we've got you covered. Our expert team ensures top-notch service every time, keeping your operations running smoothly and your homes powered up. And when the power goes out, trust our generators to keep your lights on and your business going strong. Visit jackspringelectric.com for all of your electrical needs. For quality you can trust, visit jackspringelectric.com today. Jack Spring Electric, powering your world.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Rejuva-Me Medical is changing weight loss with oral GLP-1 medications. No needles, no shots, just a simple tablet starting at $149. RejuvaMeMedical.com. That's ReJuvime Medical.com.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. They know and have experience with the best doctors and experts in their fields to provide the best care. If you or a loved one are injured, it is extremely important to choose the right lawyer. To see what they've done for others or to schedule a free consultation, visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417189. Results may vary.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
everybody. Tim Fletcher Show. Rogers ain't here, but Greg is. What can we do to get that turned around? You know? So sad. It's so sad. Tell you what's not sad. Your LSU update brought to you by Xmark Strength Equipment. XmarkFitness.com. The letter X, M-A-R-K, Fitness.com. Xmark Strength Equipment. Bringing you this LSU update. So LSU swept their softball series against Auburn by a combined score of 35-2, including a 25-0 win on Saturday in the first game of a double dip. That's pretty thorough. 25-0. Beth Torina's squad will more than likely be able to host a regional now. And going back to that 25-0 win, that was a biggie. New LSU team record for runs scored in a game with 25. Most hits in a game with 24. And obviously the biggest margin of victory in an SEC game. I don't know how a game gets away like this, but it did. And as they say, hitting is contagious, right? And they had an epidemic at Tiger Park in the throttling of Auburn and the sweep of Auburn as well. So look at that, a double dose of sweepage from LSU this weekend. Your LSU updates always brought to you by the fine folks over at Xmark Strength Equipment, XmarkFitness.com, the letter X, M-A-R-K, Fitness.com. Stop by the store. They're open right now between 8 and 3 o'clock, by the way, at 7144 West Park Road. Save money on everything you look at on the web, because they'll ship it nationwide. They can ship it to you here locally, but if you can stop by and pick it up, you save those shipping costs. That could be up to 25%. So stop by and kick the plates and see exactly what they've got, and you'll see why that they are such an industry standard. Everything is so well made. God, it's just awesome. Good people, too, buddy. And they're here, and they've been here for 25 years, and they want you to be successful in your fitness journey. And they want to be your partner with it. Xmark Strength Equipment, 7144 West Park Road. Go see the entire crew, the Baileys, Mike, everybody. Xmark Strength Equipment, 7144 West Park Road. Well, Greg, what did we miss today? We got off on our rabbit hole, which is going to happen every show we ever do. Have we missed out on anything that was earth-shattering?
We hit the Stanley Cup. We hit the NBA.
Yes.
Talked baseball.
Right.
We had a couple of football drops throughout the morning. Nothing really major with football right now, right?
No, I guess so.
We said Diego Pavia's name, so that checks
Right.
that box. Which is a small box, by the way.
It is a very small box.
It's the one he uses to stand on to talk to reporters.
Right.
All right, that's enough. That's unfair.
You saw that there's a car that's been cut down in Japan. Like, it's a Honda Civic, and it's literally cut to above the wheel covers.
And so it's like
literally on the ground, but
Yeah.
there are people. And it said Diego Pavia showing
Pavia,
up.
yeah, there we go.
It just. Who's your MVP right now in the American League and National League?
I think we talked about this last week,
Mhm.
and I won't make the same joke that the National League MVP is the injured list, although it probably really should be. Shohei's, got it in the NL still.
Do you not have Ben Rice getting some momentum?
So if a Yankee wins it, it's going to be Judge.
Yeah.
And if what normally happens, they'll just split the New York vote, and it'll be like Jordan or
right.
And I don't want to like this. This is funny, haha. Early May MVPs, but rarely does the person that you pick right now end up being the person who carries it all the way through the year. Like, if your team is not doing great right now, as long as they're around 500, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as your favorite player has a couple of home runs and is batting above 200, don't worry. Like, the baseball season's 162 games long.
That's the Hambone philosophy with his Astros. He goes, keep counting us out. If they're around 500 here in about 50 games, and get some people back, that's what happens. Of course, if you're in the National League Central, if you're below 500, you are out of your division.
But that will also even itself out.
Yes.
Like, that's not going to be how this goes for another 2 months.
No. the Cubs, for instance, are not going to go 9-1 every 10 games on a 5-game heater right now. Again, Greg and I could talk baseball for 4 hours.
Absolutely.
And you'll be able to talk baseball and collectibles and cards and everything tonight from 4 to 5. Off center with Colvin right here on 1130 The Tiger. Thanks to our wonderful sponsors, Bobby L. Green, Rejuvenate Medical, Sports Cards of Louisiana, Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers, Chevyland, Landers Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram, Mudbugs Hockey, Brewer Home Center, Live Oak Environmental, Bowman Asphalt, GBT, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, Walk On Sports Bistro, Spell Brothers, Lumber, Chop Shop, Bo Harris Wealth Management, River City's Floors. Officer Payne, rest in peace. Thomas Valley, rest in peace. Casey Albick, rest in peace. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
The previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Your home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.